good evening. It's Friday. It is 7:30, and this is Over and Over and Over Again. My name is Richard, of course, and this is the Arsenal Women's Show, the highlight of the week. Now, we haven't actually done a proper show for a few weeks now due to international breaks and international jet setters flying all over the world. But we have got a proper show for you tonight, and what a show it is. It's been another fantastic week, hasn't it, for the Arsenal women. We're going to look back on that victory over Aston Villa, which was another fantastic performance, wasn't it? We're going to also look back on the game, of course, last night in Norway in the Champions League, another fantastic result, and it's all up for grabs, isn't it, in the to win that group. We've got a game, of course, on Sunday against Liverpool in the WSL. That is going to be very tough. So we're going to look ahead to that. And also, of course, the game against Bayern Munich next Wednesday. A lot of controversy over that game, of course, with the venue change and everything else. But it's an important game, though, isn't it? Because if we can win that game, we will win the group. So lots and lots of great stuff to talk about tonight. And it's all coming up the other side of this. And of course, joining us back from his trip to London, it is, of course, Andreas, the Lord. Andreas, how are you this week?
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, not bad at all. I'm looking forward to the show. A lot to discuss.
Yeah, lots to discuss. Of course, there is, as always. But it will come as well. Says, hi, Rich, are you covering the Liverpool game? We will be. Yeah, we're looking ahead to the Liverpool game. Of course, we will be a bit later on. Greg says, evening all, looking forward to talking about two mediocre performances. We could do better. Yeah, we need to do a lot better, don't we? It's been terrible for a while now. Terry says, get in there. Come on, you go, girls. Bring me trophies. Well, yeah, trophies would be nice. It would indeed. Terry says, evening to me and Andreas as well. Hopefully, Ange will be joining us very shortly. Just talking about Ange. Look who's just popped in. Look who's just popped in to see us. We knew she was coming. She hasn't let us down. It is, of course, Super Ange. How are you, Ange? How are you doing? Oh, you're on mute. You've muted yourself. You're on mute. What are you doing? Come on, Ange. Sort your life out.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, look at that. That's better. That's better. We can hear you now. Good stuff. Are you okay?
Yeah, good.
Good stuff. Right. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. So, of course, we need to start. We like to do things chronologically on this show, so we keep track of where we are. So we're going to go back, of course, to last weekend at the end of the international break. We were back in WSL action, and what a performance. Now, sometimes coming back from an international break when you've been on a good run, you lose your momentum and it can be a little bit flat. But this was anything but flat, was it? I mean, pretty much from start to finish, it was such a great Arsenal performance. And, you know, to win 4-0 is always good. And it wasn't like that scoreline flattered us at all. We fully deserved that size of victory. In fact, it could easily have been more goals than that as well. The way we played, it was fantastic. You know, not very nice conditions to play in. Of course, it was cold, it was windy, there was a storm, everything was going on. But the girls put that to one side and just went out there and produced the type of performance that makes you obviously proud and happy. But at the same time, it's a little bit frustrating because had we managed to play like this from the start of the season, there is absolutely no question that we would now be up there with Chelsea battling for the title. Not to say that we still can't, but at the moment, obviously, we've got a lot of ground to make up. But this performance on top of the last 5 or 6 or 7, it's like so frustrating that we started the way that we started and we threw away some points that we shouldn't have done. And we're trying to catch up now. But I mean, Andreas, obviously you was there at the Emirates, another fantastic vlog that you produced for us as well, which was amazing. I mean, obviously in the ground, it must have been cold. It must have been uncomfortable conditions to be watching the game in, but the girls did their best, didn't they, to warm you up and give you something to be really excited about, because that was a really top quality performance, wasn't it? The performance of champions, even though we may not end up as champions, it was the performance of champions, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic match. And yeah, it was cold, but not as cold as it was against Juve.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a joy to watch this performance, this match. And we fully deserved this win with the goal difference of 4. We could have scored more, and we dominated Villa. But on the other hand, to be honest, it was a very poor performance from Villa, and it led to the point that they have sacked their manager, because it was nothing from them. I think in the first half did they have a shot on goal in the first half? I can't remember. It was in the second half, yes, but it was very poor from Villa. But you can only play so good as the opponent allows it, and we didn't allow them anything. I think. From the start, I was surprised about the lineup. Of course, we knew that Wally is not available after her surgery, but Kim was not available with a smaller injury, they said. And it was a bit surprising that Kyra and Mariona took the role of Wally and Kim. Mariona in this deep field role, they have never played together. It was a bit surprising for me, but it worked. And you see what a player Mariona is. She's, as René said in the press conference, she's so intelligent. She can fill up any role you give to her. And I think we also saw what Kyra adds to the team. It's not only her playing style, her opening passes, etc. It's also the set pieces. And one of her set pieces led to the first goal. And we see this regularly when she plays for Australia. She and Steph Catley are the set pieces deliverer for Australia, for the Matildas. And now we had them both playing for Arsenal. And it was a brilliant set piece from Kyra. And the first goal from Leslie was this was a goal what we saw from her when she played for United very, very often. This aerial threat, this headers from her, and I can't remember when she scored last a header for us. So this is something she can add to our game, and of course it's confidence, a matter of self-confidence, and in the opposition box, just to win the header. And you can say Sabrina De Angelo should have done better at the first goal, but it was a perfect header in the close to the post, and it was difficult to defend. And from Leslie, it was great header. It shows her self-confidence and how it all works together. After the game, there was an interview with Kyra and Leslie, and they both said, yes, this was something we have worked on in training, these set pieces and things. It's nice that it worked. Yes, it was nice. And and then the second, you see, Beth was there at the right position, because Caitlin hit the post, but Beth was there to make the goal, and you have to be there. And it seems everything is clicking now. And even in the second half, when Villa was a bit better, we made 2 other fantastic goals. The one Stina scored was the difficult one. Later, she had this one-on-one situation where she can't miss this, and it's not the first time she misses the easy goals and makes the difficult ones. The 3-0 was fantastic done from her. Of course, the delivery from Katie was great, but you have to make this. It was not easy. And the 4th goal, it was the icing on the cake. In the 90th minute or 93rd minute, not giving up and trying to get the ball back, and then just quick turnaround, and this goal. Maybe this will be goal of the month. I don't know. It was fantastic, and it also shows the self-confidence with which Leslie is playing right now. That she wins the ball back, and then not passing to someone else and say, can you do this, or can you do something with the ball? No, she tries it herself, and she scores. And this was the perfect end of a very, very good game. And it was great to be at the Emirates for such a game. I mean, the 5-0 against Brighton was great. The 4-0 against Villa was fantastic. We are on a good way. And I think I talked enough now. Let Ang say something. Sorry.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right with what you said. I mean, we won't talk too much about Stina's miss because, I mean, her goal was fantastic. And, you know, she can't be scoring too many goals because if she scores too many goals, you see, what's going to happen is there's going to be pressure on Renee to pick her from the start. And then that's what, how did she do? I mean, she did it last night, which we'll talk about. But no, I mean, you're right. Leslie Russo at the minute I think it is a confidence thing as well. You can see when she's in front of goal now, she looks much more confident than maybe she did for much of last season. And yeah, she's making a massive difference. But it's not just her. I think the players around her as well now, you can see the difference in the way that we're playing. It's a confidence thing. Obviously, we're getting great results and that breeds confidence. And I think that comes from the manager as well, the way that she's allowing the players to express themselves more as well. And I think that it's a lot of things have all come together at the same time. And I say my frustration is it didn't happen right from the start of the season, but I guess these things don't always work like that, do they? I suppose let's just enjoy it now it's here, even though it's a little bit late starting for this season. Let's enjoy it. Greg says, don't be frustrated, Rich, no trophies have been won yet. Well, no, that's true. No trophies have been won yet, absolutely not. And we've still got 4 potential trophies to win. That is a very good point. And it's just from a WSL perspective, we've given ourselves a lot of work to do. The 3 cups, of course, so far, Champions League's going pretty well. We haven't started the other 2 yet. So, yeah, you're right. There's no trophies being won yet. So, who knows? Ags with us, she says, good evening from Sweden. We celebrate St. Lucia this day every year, singing old songs and lots of lights. Oh, fantastic. Okay. It's like a proper celebration. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Sounds like a lot of fun. Royston says, evening all, happy Gooner here, especially after watching Spurs at Rangers last night. Yes, that was quite funny, wasn't it? If you saw that game. Terry wants Aggie to give us a song, which would be quite good. Egg says, I'm sure Stina has been at Lucia back in Vad Stina, her turn. Yeah, I'm sure she would have done that if, obviously, if that's what you do every year there. Royston says, the main priority for Arsenal ladies this season is to get into the top 3 for Champions League football next season. Yes. We are too far behind the top 2 points-wise. A cup would be nice, but not a priority. See, I disagree with that. I don't think that there is too much of a gap. And I don't think a cup shouldn't be a priority. I think that we're Arsenal. We should be winning trophies. If we can't win the WSL, and I kind of agree that's going to be tough, let's go out and win everything else. Don't say that the cups are an extra bonus. No, they're not. We should be expected to win cups and win trophies because one, we're Arsenal, and 2, the squad that we've got, we should be able to win cups and finish in the top 3. So yeah, I would like to see us do it all. Why not? Let's go for it all. We're good enough, and we've shown that we're good enough. There's absolutely no question about that. Terry says, in my opinion, the girls need to win things this year and every season to make up for the disappointment the men's team keep producing. It's down to the girls. Well, it's going to be down to the girls again to lift the gloom. Of course, it always is, isn't it? We know that. Greg says the difference is this season they're looking for Leslie. Yeah, maybe they are, and maybe Leslie's making better runs as well. I heard today Renee was saying that she's working quite a lot with Kelly Smith. Maybe Kelly Smith is coaching her to get into better positions and be in better areas to score goals. Because if you notice, some of her goals in recent weeks have been because she's been in the right place in the box. Previously, she was outside the box. She was never going to score from outside the box. Well, okay, she's got a cup from outside the box, but get yourself in there, you're going to score more goals. And I think that's a coaching thing that she's been working on, and you can see the difference. And yeah, they're looking for her now because she's there to be found in the box, waiting for the crosses to come in or the passes to come to her. So yeah, which is great, of course. I mean, Ange, obviously you were also at the Emirates on Sunday, wasn't you, for that fantastic performance, which gave us a lot to cheer on such a miserable day weather-wise. I mean, what did you make of it all? Because obviously it must have been even better being in the stadium to see that fantastic performance. I mean, it was good enough. It was great enough watching it on the telly, but it must have been fantastic to be there.
Yes, it was. It took a little while to crank up, first off, but understandable. It was, international break coming back. But I had every faith in the girls. And yeah, Andreas, you're so right. And yourself, Rich. Yeah, Villa were pretty poor, so you capitalise on that. But that didn't really matter to me because the girls, as I say, took a little while to warm up, as in actually starting off the game. But yeah, once they got going, I had every confidence in them. It was just an enjoyable game. I mean, all right, not myself and Andreas weren't together, but we were slumming it in club level, and it's definitely a wee bit warmer in club level, of course. I mean, not like my poor Dutch friend who's down on ground zero, and the rain is descending over it, seriously, drown rat. So yeah, we had a slight luxury there, but no, it was an enjoyable game to watch. Yeah, as I say, every confidence, and of course the highlight for me, because normally I never go in the bar because sorry, I can't. I always get some idiot in front of me. Doesn't matter where I'm sitting, and they can't hold their bladders. They get in your way. So I think no, I'm just. But myself and Steve, we actually got up and thought we'd stretch our legs. So we went out into the corridor, for want of a better word. And suddenly I saw Andreas. He's like right up there. He wouldn't have seen me. So I was like, excuse me, hello. So we had a quick meet up half time. Yeah. Too funny. Because there was no way after us. I was standing outside that media centre. No way. It was horrible. Second half, you could see the rain. Oh, it was horrible. That was it. I was suffering up. Next time, Andreas.
Yeah, the weather wasn't great, but I mean, obviously, it's good that you did manage to meet up with Andreas.
Yeah,
anyway,
that was cool. That was cool.
Which is great, of course. Which is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, it was an enjoyable performance, and I think that obviously, we all want to see Arsenal win trophies. We all want to see that because that's what it's all about. Sport's about winning, isn't it? And being a club like Arsenal, I think that's important. But ultimately, as fans, watching football's an entertainment, or it's meant to be an entertainment. And you want to enjoy the games, and you want to have an enjoyable time watching the football. And sometimes the team can win a game, and it can be a horrible, scrappy, boring game, and you win, and you think, well, okay, we've won the game, but did you really enjoy it? Probably not. But when it all comes together, and you can actually enjoy the performance, and the team win, and the team win well, those are the type of moments that you really need to sort of really enjoy, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about enjoying, and obviously it's an enjoyable experience regardless, but obviously winning as well and a great performance, it tops it all off, doesn't it? And that's more important ultimately, I suppose, than winning trophies. Winning trophies is maybe the icing on the cake, but we should expect that from Arsenal. But sometimes you have to suffer a lot of maybe boring games or poor performances for one, like the Aston Villa game, for example. I know we've had a few of them recently, but overall they're quite rare to have a performance that enjoyable. So we need to enjoy it, obviously, and I'm sure everybody did. And they're the sort of games that are going to encourage more and more people to come to the games in the future, aren't they? Those sort of performances when everybody who was there would have thought, I'm coming back to the next game. And hopefully people watching it at home thought, you know what, I want to be there next time to actually experience that inside the stadium. And hopefully Andreas's vlog will help people want to go to the games because experiencing that atmosphere. I'm a bit disappointed with Gunnosaurus this week. What happened to him, Andreas? Where was he? What was he doing?
I don't know. I looked for him after the game, but he wasn't to be found in club level. Maybe.
Oh, I think he was. I don't know whether Gunnosaurus has been.
Sorry, can I just say, whenever you go to the matches, and Andreas will know this, well, sorry, and I've got a slight swear here, Gunnosaurus is shy as a goalkeeper because all the wee kiddies come on at half time and oh, bless him, yeah. And of course, they've got to win something, haven't they? So, yeah, so he was probably knackered from being in goal. Entertaining the children.
No, I'm sorry. There's no excuse. Gunnosaurus now. He's become the star of the show, and we can't have him not turning up just because he wants to have a sit down after playing football. No, I'm not having it.
Well, it ain't the old boy they got rid of, is it? It's some youngster now, and what's the matter with him? Next.
Well, exactly. He's got no excuse. He's got no excuse not to be there when Andreas is doing his vlog. He's got absolutely no excuse. And if he's not there at the next game, then I'll be having words. I will be writing a letter in, a very stern letter to Gunnosaurus.
Actually, do you know what? Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed we didn't see the Gunnosaurus, but there you go. Andreas, do better, mate. Do better.
That's not Andreas's fault, is it? Is Gunnosaurus hiding wherever he was doing? I can't believe he's got better things to do. I can't believe it. It's not on. It's not on. Absolutely. So we'll have to make sure next time he's there. I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
So we'll look out for him. So don't be disappointed. This time he's not there, but he's going to make up for it next time. He's going to have to do something special for us on his next appearance. to have to do something really special. I'm telling you. You have to tell him Andreas. He's got to make up for missing a game. He's got to be next time. He's got to do something really special for us. Wish us a Merry Christmas or whatever it might be in Gunnosaurus language, however they speak. Royston says Arsenal ladies were good last night, but we can only be judged when facing the top teams. With all respect, Valerenga, they're not Barcelona or Liverpool. Well, they're not, but you can only play what teams you've got to play. We don't influence the fixture list, and there's only, when you look at how good a squad we've got, the team that we've got, the players that we've got, how many teams can you say when you look at that are really going to be a team that we're underdogs against? So, for example, there's not that many, is there? But even when you look at the Champions League, there's not many teams that we play that we're going to start as massive underdogs. So that's not Rene's fault. It's not the girls' fault. We're a good team, and we're going to probably be able to beat most teams that we play. But that's how good we are. And yes, you could say you can't judge it until we play Barcelona or Lyon or Chelsea, because obviously Rene wasn't in charge when we played Chelsea before, though we actually played well against them that day. You have to play the teams that you have to play. And, you know, we could just as easily lose to Liverpool on Sunday as we could lose to Barcelona or to Lyon. You know what I mean? It is each game's as it is, and we're playing so well that at this moment in time, I think if Barcelona have been watching us, I'm sure they will have been, or Lyon, they'll be more worried about playing us at the moment if they had to, because of how well we're playing. And that's not, you know, that's the way football is, and that's the way we are at the minute. So yes, it's until we've beaten a top team, I kind of agree that can we really judge this team on Judge Rene? But you can only play who you've got to play. We could by now in this run of 7-8 games or whatever it is, we could have played Chelsea, Man City, Barcelona, and Lyon, and we could have beaten them all. But we haven't played them, so we don't know, do we? So I'm not going to say we can't judge them yet. We can judge them on how we're playing and the results we're getting, because that's how you judge any team. You know, Barcelona win 12-0 in their league quite regularly because their league ain't very strong. But do they say, well, we don't know how good we are until we play the top teams in Europe? No, they know how good they are because they're winning games regularly. We know how good we are. We're winning games regularly at the minute, and we're not conceding goals. We're scoring hundreds of goals. So I'm judging us on what I'm seeing on the pitch now, which is good, very, very good. And we'll play who we have to play, and I'm sure we'll beat most of them the way we're playing. Royce says, also, I'd like to praise all the Arsenal supporters going to these Champions League away. Oh, absolutely, yeah. My girls were at me already for the away quarter final. Go, oh, you'll have to get over there wherever it is. We're still never going to get yet, but yeah, the crowd, the fans have been amazing. The support that we are last night in freezing conditions. Wow, incredible. Some of them just had t-shirts on as well. I mean, what's going on there? Amazing. Greg says, Andreas, is that our new away kit and sponsors? Actually, what is that top, Andreas? Is that Dublin? Did you get that in Dublin? Or what's that?
Yeah, I bought this hoodie in Dublin. Yeah, I think it's acceptable for the show as it's green and it's Katie McCabe's color, and yeah, Dublin, Ireland. So I hope you can accept this.
It's nice, actually. It's very, very nice. Maybe that should be our new away kit and sponsor. Maybe we'll have to maybe see if Arsenal want to. They seem to release new training kit every week, so maybe why not release that next week? Who knows? For Christmas, just in time for Christmas. Get your Dublin Arsenal hoodie because it's pretty cool. Terry says a bad win is good, but when it all comes together on the day, it makes your whole week. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Exactly that. Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Terry says, I can't believe Gunnosaurus is taller than Andreas. Well, no, I think he's standing on a box, to be honest. I think he stands on a box when he has his videos of Andreas. He must do. There's no way he's that much taller than Andreas. It's not possible. It's just not possible.
No, I had my photo with Gunnosaurus, and he's not that tall now. He really isn't. Yeah, he's standing on the box.
Yeah, he must be standing on. I think he is. But then again, you see, that's why he's no good as a goalkeeper, because he's too tall. He can't get down.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't get down to them low shots. That's what it is. That's why he can't save any of them. But he needs to improve on that side of his game. Joe says, I do think Arsenal will beat Bayern. Won't predict the score because I'm rubbish. Well, we'll predict the scores later on when we talk about the Bayern game. You will have to, don't worry about if you're rubbish at it. Just predict it anyway. We all get them wrong, don't we? Apart from Terry, he tends to get some right lately because he's been guessing these big wins and we keep firing goals in. So Terry gets them right, but we all seem to struggle with the scores at the minute. Of course, we did briefly mention it there. Of course, last night it was another difficult game in difficult conditions on a difficult pitch, but another fantastic performance. I don't know if you noticed. Whatever happens, I managed to squeeze a picture of Stina onto each thing just because she deserves to be on there. Of course, she did start last night, which I was absolutely delighted about because it's the first game she started since Rene took over. Actually, she's been on the bench every single game, so it was nice for her to be given a start. Okay, she didn't get a goal. She missed a couple of chances. But I thought she played quite well. But of course, we can't talk about an Arsenal game at the moment without talking about Leslie Russo, because no matter what's happening, Leslie Russo is the main player at the moment, isn't she? Every single game. Another 2 goals for her, incredible, on her 50th appearance. And I think she's got, 25, 26 goals in her 50 games. That's a great goal scoring record, it wasn't just her. I thought everybody, apart from the last 5 minutes when we seemed to lose our way in that game a little bit, when we conceded a goal and we conceded some chances. But up until then, it was another. When you think Bayern Munich only got a draw over there, right? And we went there and we fully deserved to win that game. And I think in the end, 3-1 probably flattered them a little bit because they got that late goal that, we got a little bit sloppier with the substitutions. But we totally dominated that game. From start to finish. It was a fantastic performance. We got goals at good times, which helps, but it was such a good performance. And again, a bit like the Villa game, we could have come away with another 3 or 4 goals. Their goal made some good saves in the end. And, we didn't maybe take as many chances as we could have done. But Andreas, last night, that was another. It's just the performances just seem to be, they're just churning them out one after the other. The quality of the football that we're playing, the speed that we're passing the ball now, we're taking shots from maybe places we wasn't taking shots from before, outside the box, on the edge of the box. The goals are flying in, some great finishes, especially from Leslie, of course. And it's just, last night was just another joy to watch, really, wasn't it? For most of that, that pitch wasn't great either, was it? It was very slow, but we still managed to move the ball quickly.
Yeah, it's not only that we have beaten Valerenga comfortably with 3-1. It's not only that we have dealt with all these conditions, the artificial pitch, the cold and the wind. No, we made total changes in the lineup. And when I first saw the lineup, I thought, it's a bit too much, because when he changed the whole defense, it was. Lotta on, Cody on, Katie Reed with her debut as a right back. This was, I thought, a bit too much, but the girls showed that it works. And it was one of my critic points in the last weeks, that when it didn't change too much, or had always the same lineup. And now I have to say credit to her for the last 2 games. She made the changes. She gave minutes to nearly every player. And she used the full squad and the resources that the squad has. And this was very good to see. The performance was really great. And Leslie as a winger and Katie Reed as a right back, some strange decisions, but they all worked. And this Andrew is not really the same opinion. I think it worked, and we dominated them. Of course, it was only Valerenga. It was not Bayern Munich or Lyon or Wolfsburg. But as you said, Bayern played 1-1 there, and Juve won 1-0 only there. But when we scored 3 and could have scored more, and I think for 70-75 minutes we really dominated the game with great goals, with a very good performance, performance of confidence. So you can criticize the last 10-12 minutes. When we conceded the goal, and after this 3-1, there were situations where they could have scored a second, and you don't know what happens then. But in the end, it counts. We took the 3 points. We have now a final coming against Bayern Munich, and after our start with 5-2 defeat in Munich, nobody would have believed this. That we win all other group games and have a final at home against Bayern. And once again, credit to Renee for her courage to change so much in the lineup, and that it works. I read read or heard interview with Katie Reed, in which she said she had a few days of training for this right back position, and all the girls told her, "You deserve this chance," and everything. And yeah, and what a good performance from Katie. Wasn't it Katie Reed with the first shot on goal from
Yeah.
the box? Yeah. This shows her confidence and how she's accepted in the team, and so all positive signs. Yeah, of course, we as Arsenal should win 5 or 6-0 in Valerenga because we are so much better. But I was totally satisfied with the 3-1, except the last 10 or 12 minutes. But okay.
Yeah. I think the substitutions at the end, we had a very young team, didn't we, out there in the last 10 minutes, and I think that was the reason why it kind of went the way it did. But we got the job done earlier on when we needed to. I mean, yeah, Katie Reed needs a massive amount of credit. I mean, she maybe didn't bomb forward as much at right back as obviously Emily Fox does or Laura does, but that's because she's a centre back naturally. So, yeah. But even so, I thought she was brilliant. You know, she made a use of the ball was clever. She didn't just kick it anywhere. She found a teammate, whether it was going backwards or whether it was sideways, didn't matter. She kept the ball moving. She defended well. Obviously, she's a good one-on-one defender anyway. And yes, I mean, I suppose, you know, you think about it and, you know, you're a young player wanting to make your first start for the senior team. You'd want to play in your own natural position, wouldn't you? Because that's when you're going to be able to play your best game. And the fact that she had to play in a unnatural position for her and she produced that sort of performance was incredible. Really, it was amazing. So yeah, she deserves massive credit, Katie Reed. And I mean, we said it on this show back in the summer when she was playing in some of those friendly games, stuff like that. What a fantastic prospect she looks. She looks the real deal. She looks like she's going to be an absolutely top player. And I thought last night, away on a difficult pitch in difficult conditions, for her first start in the Champions League, she was amazing. And what a future she's got if she keeps on with that attitude and keeps on with that that level of performance. She's going to go all the way to the top, isn't she? And it's fantastic to see. You know, I've compared her to Leah Williamson, and I think that comparison is fair for at the same sort of age. You know what I mean? Coming through, and if she can go on and be anywhere near as good as Leah Williamson, wow! I mean, what a player we'll have. But yeah, I mean, she stood out obviously for her debut. We were watching her, and she did really well. But I thought the whole team, like you said, for 85, 75, 80 minutes, we were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We dominated them. Absolutely dominated. You know, it even got to the point where they interviewed one of their players on the pitch at half time, and she basically said, "We don't know what we don't know what to do. We don't know how to stop this." You know what I mean? And they come out second half. They did play a little bit better, but yeah, we were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I don't think that we couldn't have anticipated a performance as good as that against a team that I say have been difficult to beat at home. You know, Bayern couldn't beat them, as we said. You know, and like you said, you've only won 1-0 there. So yeah, fantastic. I mean, that was another enjoyable game, another enjoyable performance. I mean, Ange, I know you missed a lot of it because of the time it kicks off, the early kickoffs. I agree, they're not great. But what did you make of what you saw? Because you know, you probably missed the best bit actually, because the first half was better probably the way we played. But what did you make of it all? Because it was another great performance.
Well, I did actually. Mainly the goals. I did actually catch up on the highlights today. Yeah, seriously, no, I can't drive and use my phone. I'll get arrested. Well, I'll get points next. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And I don't even have one of those holders because I don't drive far, but it doesn't matter. Funny enough, when I got out of work and I sat in my car, and considering I got 5G, it was taking so long to load. I thought, oh, for God's sake, you'll get home. And of course, then we got temporary traffic lights. So, time I got in, I jumped onto your show. So I was listening to your commentary. I put the Ange pad on. Obviously, I didn't. Did I see Marnham's goal? Well, Marnham's goal, I should say.
I think you did. Yeah, I think it was 1-0 when you joined.
Marnham's. I didn't see, but I saw Russo's when I did the highlights today, and then of course at the end. Oh, listen, I'm just made up with the result, and obviously I've seen all the feedback for Katie Reed. I watched her when she played the friendly. She's a heck of a talent that is emerging. Arsenal need to do just like they've done with Bukayo Saka. I know it's a different role, but with proper pack of youngsters. Just keep her next. Yeah, no, she's an amazing talent. She can hold her own. But actually, what I did do, and sorry, I'm always BBC, not Sky, but just looking at the match stats here, overall possession 71.4%. I thought, well, yeah, I could just see that from the bits I saw. Shots generally 19, shots on, and I'm talking about Arsenal now, shots on target 6, total touches in the box 38, goal saves, and that was equal actually 3 on both sides. Fouls 7 for Arsenal, more for them. Corners 3 for us. And we got 3 goals. Yeah, so fine. No. And once again, but you know, it goes back to the Villa game and the other games. The main thing is, we're there. We keep trying. We're getting the goals, and we could have had more, but I don't really care about that at the moment. It's just we're really there. We weren't there before, whereas now we are.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I love Stina as much as you do. She really is my player, and I don't care how many she misses, because you know the more you play her. And I think also her goals really are. It goes back to the Villa game. I don't know whose goal was better, but I've got to see them, I suppose, equally in their own right. But when I was at the Villa game, the first 2, I was a bit like, yeah, great. And then by the final, and as soon as it got to Stina, I was like, yes. And then the final one with Russo, because it was just right at the last minute near enough. And that's when I really thought, yes, we are really, I mean, all right, I know they were poor. Good. And oh, God, going back to that game. What's her name? Sabrina. Suddenly she becomes a bit, well, I mean, the goals weren't the best goals that the girls tried to hammer in, but oh my God, doesn't she suddenly try and become world class? I never rated her. Sorry, I never rated her, and suddenly, oh, that's quite a decent save. Typical. Next.
No, she did make some good saves. And
she did.
She really got a big run in the team, did she, for us? And I think it's difficult to judge exactly how well.
Yeah, I'm probably being hard.
But I'm glad that we've got Daphne now, so I'm not that disappointed that we've got rid of Sabrina and got Daphne, because that's a massive upgrade. So,
sorry.
Pretty well.
And of course, I take it that, and listen, I keep plugging it as a personality. I love Manu, but there's a but coming, the obvious but. But it was her. What was her appearance yesterday? That she had to be in goal. How many? I can't remember. I sort of saw it all afterwards. I didn't even know who was in the lineup. I just didn't have time to look. But she'd made so many appearances, and so she was going to be in goal, if I believe that's right.
Yeah, I know it was Leslie Russo's 50th game. I mean, Manu's played a lot more than that.
Yeah,
she'd be in
I'm sure Manu had one as well. I'd have to look it up again.
Yeah,
and I thought, that's why she's in goal. Yeah, no, sorry.
I mean, I thought she played okay last night, actually. She made 2 or 3 okay saves, didn't she? I mean, they didn't threaten much.
Did, from what I watched back.
Yeah, I thought she did all right, actually, Manu.
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, I had no problem with her performance. I wouldn't want to see her in goal against the better teams where we're going to be able to get more pressure. But she played okay last night. I was fairly happy with her performance. You couldn't do anything about the goal. It was poor defending in front of her, really, that led to that. But yeah, I thought she did all right. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Daphne's a massive upgrade on her and Sabrina. So we're lucky that we've got her in goal now. But no, you're right. Sabrina did play well for Aston Villa, I thought. She had a decent game. Had it not been for her, we would have scored 2 or 3 more, definitely. So, but you know, we got the job done, and we got the job done last night. And you're right about Stina. You know, she will miss chances, and the reason why she'll miss chances is because she's always getting herself in the position to have the chances to come to her. She always makes those runs. She's dangerous in behind. Yeah, she gets offside a little bit more than maybe she should do sometimes, but you know, if you keep giving her the ball, keep putting the chances to her, she will score. She will start to score goals. She was a bit unfortunate last night. We didn't really create big chances for her. She was fighting off some scraps, wasn't she? And in the end, obviously, it was Leslie got the goals, and Leslie's going to get all the credit again, and rightly so, playing well. But I thought Stina had a good game. She had another good game. You know, she's playing well. She's maybe not always scoring the number of goals that we expect her to, but it's difficult when you're not regularly starting games and you haven't got that rhythm that Leslie's got. Leslie's in that rhythm now. She's going to score every game. And if Stina was given the same opportunity to play every game, I think Stina would start scoring regularly as well. She got 3 in the last 5 games. So it's not like she's not scoring, but she looks a little bit more rusty sometimes when those chances come to her. maybe she did when she was playing regular, maybe before Leslie joined. So, but no, you're right. She deserves more credit, Stina, because you know she plays well. You know, she's on the bench a lot. It must be frustrating for her, but she gives everything. You don't notice when she comes on that she's been on the bench for 10 games. She comes on and she looks like she's been playing regular. That's how impact she has, and that's massive credit to her. I just think in front of goal you need to have your rhythm, and she hasn't really got that. And like I say, last night she was fighting off scraps, really, wasn't she? I can't remember her getting a really good shot. Maybe later in the game when it sort of opened up a little bit, she maybe had one or two better moments, but in front of goal. But yeah, she needs more time on a pitch, and then I think she'll score a lot more goals. But if Leslie's scoring a goal, does it matter too much if Stina's not scoring as many? Probably not. Are they both going to score the same amount of goals? Probably not, because they're not going to be on the pitch the same amount of time. So let Leslie score goals if that's what's happening. Stina can come on, do her a bit when she has to. I'd like to see her start more games as the season goes on. I'm sure she will. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed she didn't score last night, because she started a game and I thought it was important that she got a goal to justify her place in the team, because she needs to see. Leslie Russo can play 10 games in a row and not score, and no one's going to say anything really. She's going to get away with it.
Starter. Yeah, always a starter.
If Stina started 10 games in a row and didn't score, if Stina started 5 games in a row and didn't score, there'd be massive criticism of her saying she should be in the team. But Leslie will get away with it because of Leslie, who she is, and the she's got, and obviously the performances that she's producing. But I don't know. I think Leslie would get away with not scoring a lot more often than Stina will get away with. Leslie misses chances, no one says anything, and Stina misses a chance, and everyone says, "Well, Stina always misses chances." Well, hang on, Leslie Russo took 5 chances. Do you know what I mean? No one says anything, and yet everyone misses chances. You're a striker. You're not going to score every single one, or you'd be scoring 100 goals a season. No one does that, do they? Not even Erling Haaland. So you're going to say something then?
I can't fully agree with you. In my opinion, Leslie is the better player, and you can play Leslie as number 9. Yesterday she played as a left winger, or when Stina comes on, she plays in midfield as a number 10. So she's a more roundabout player, or and when you see you can play the ball when she's under pressure, and she keeps the ball, she protects the ball, and she finds a solution or finds a pass, she creates chances, and these are abilities Stina doesn't have. Stina is more the number 9 striker and nothing more. So for me, Leslie is the better all over player. But what Renee has changed, they both know now their you can call it job description. Russo is the starter, the number 9 normally, and Blackstenius is the super sub coming in the second half, and her task is when the opposition defenders get tired, then she comes with fresh legs, and with her pace and her runs, she creates new chances or brings something new to the team. Both know their role. Leslie knows, I'm a starter. I'm a number 9. I have to score goals. You find her more in the box than last season. And Stina knows I will come on in every match as a sub, and I have to make the difference as a sub. So far it works, and it's something that Renee has changed or has brought to the team. But for me, Leslie is the better player all over, and at the moment her confidence is just fantastic. We all it's good for the whole team, but it's good to have Stina too.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think Leslie Russo is a better all-round player. Absolutely, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I do think they can both play together, because Leslie's quite she's adaptable, isn't she? As you said, she can play in 2 or 3 different positions, and she can still contribute massively to the team. So you can play them both together, as we saw last night, and it worked. We won the game and played well, and Stina was a big part of that as well. But no, I mean, I do think Leslie Russo is a better all-round player. Absolutely, she is. I don't think there's much doubt about that. But I think Stina's a better number 9. I think Stina's better as a better number 9 than Russo in terms of scoring goals. If Stina started as many games as Leslie Russo started, Stina would score more goals. Whether she's a better player or not is not necessarily the point. She probably isn't as good a player, but I think she would score more goals if she played as many games in the number 9, started as many games in the number 9 as Leslie does. Stina was last season. Stina scored more goals than Leslie, and Stina started far less games. So, and I think that would be the case even now, even though Leslie's scoring a lot more goals now. I still think if you played Stina more times at number 9 or the same amount of times at number 9 as Leslie, that Stina would score more goals. But Leslie is a better all-round player. I agree, absolutely, she is. Like you said, she can protect the ball better. She can drop deeper, she can contribute more to the team play. Stina likes to run in behind. I think Stina's got better at holding the ball up, actually. I think her back-to-goal play is improved. Again, maybe she's been working with Kelly Smith alongside with Leslie, but that side of her game's improved. She's still not as good as Leslie is at that kind of stuff, but I think if you look at the number of assists Stina's got this season, that's improved as well. She gets herself into wide areas and she puts good balls across now. She can pick out passes better, and I think Stina's all-round game's improving. But yes, I agree with you. But I still think Stina is a better goal scorer. If you just take that one aspect of play, she's a better goal scorer, I think, a better finisher. She gets herself into better positions. It's more natural for her to be in those positions, to make those. Her running off the ball is fantastic in and around the penalty area. She's always making runs. She's always on the front foot. She's always looking to, she makes a run in and out and gets into space between defenders. She doesn't always get the ball, but she makes those great runs. Unless he maybe isn't as good at that as a centre forward, she's better at lots of other things, but that's the one thing that I think Stina's ahead of Leslie in. And as a number 9, I think that's where she's better. But it's good to have, you're right, we're lucky to have them both, because most teams don't have 2 centre forward, 2 number 9s that are that good. So we're lucky, and we need to, accept how lucky we are to have them. Terry says, we know what Renee's A game is, but when we're under pressure, I'd like to see a B plan like Arteta has, chuck everyone in the box for a corner. Yeah, maybe that's what we need to do a bit more. Although it's not at the minute, we don't need to worry, do we? Terry says, Russo looks so much better when she ain't out wide crossing the ball. She scored a cracker last night, being in the middle where I want to see her. Yeah, absolutely. And she's improved that side of her game, as we said. She's worked on that. You can see she's getting in the box more. She's getting on the end of things more than she was. And that's why she's scoring more goals. Royston says, we certainly owe Bayern Munich a beating after the result at their ground. Yeah. You just reminded me how upset I was over that result. Well, we was all upset over it. Blimey, it was terrible, wasn't it? Really. Greg says, Leslie was the star, but Stina played great. The goals will come for that. I agree with you. Yeah, Stina did play great last night. Absolutely, she did. She had a great game. She deserved the goal, I thought, and she was desperate to get one. Even Renee was desperate for her to get one, which is why she kept her on. I thought she kept her on to let her get the goal. It didn't quite work, did it? Unfortunately. Terry says, big up to Reedy. She looked very comfortable last night. Yeah, she was brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Terry says the only downside last night was not keeping a clean sheet. Yeah, we got sloppy at the end, didn't we? Sloppy, but who cares? We won the game. Greg says the last 10 minutes proves we need more depth in the side. Well, you say that, but how many games are we going to play with that team that finished the game last night with all them young players playing all at the same time? It's not going to happen, is it? We've got the strength. The strength in depth in that game was either sitting on the bench and didn't play, or had played and come off. So that's not a problem for me. We're not going to have that team that finished that game. We're never going to start a game with that team, are we? So it doesn't matter. They are some of our younger players who will get minutes here and there. Some of them are players who haven't played together. Laura just coming back from her injury still. She's not quite at that top level yet. So, it's not, I'm not worried about, I wasn't worried about that. In the context of the game, it was worth giving them a chance, giving them minutes on the pitch, and it was worth doing that. But we're not going to see that team again, probably, are we? Let's be honest, all at the same time. So I wouldn't worry about it. We've got plenty of depth on the bench. We had plenty of depth on the bench, didn't we? Some depth that didn't even travel. So, let's be. We've got a pretty good squad. Royston says the 5 Arsenal substitutions changed the pattern of the team, which explains the slight. Yeah, absolutely, it was. Yeah, we made a lot of subs. We got the youngsters on. It didn't maybe work out, but in the context of the game, it was fine because we were 3-0 up with 10 minutes left. We were never going to lose, were we? So it was worth doing. Greg says, what worries me is if we get hit by injuries, we haven't got the players to step in. Yeah, but we would need 6 or 7, 8 injuries all at the same time to top players. And the chances of that happening is quite, I know we had all our ACLs a couple of years ago, but even then it was only 1 at a time. Well, in the end, we ended up with 3 at the same time, but that's only 3 injuries. We can cope with 3 injuries. We can't cope with 6 or 7, but nobody can. Imagine if Chelsea lost 6 or 7 of their players. Have they got a squad to cope with that? Probably not. It doesn't happen, does it? We can cope with the normal amount of injuries you'd expect to get at one time. 2 or 3, maybe 4 at one time. I think we've got enough depth to cover. But the same as anybody else. I don't think we're any worse than anybody else in that regard. We just have to try and hope that we don't get a lot of injuries all at once. But everyone has to hope that, don't they? Royston says, you stop for traffic lights when Arsenal were playing. I've never tried that. Now, I must admit, if I'm like missing the start of a game or I'm having to get home, traffic lights and stuff on the road, I don't care about that. It doesn't matter what kind of lights are. I'm going. I'm not waiting around. So you're absolutely right. Yeah, who pays attention to road signs and stuff when the Arsenal play? Come on, just get home and watch it. Come on,
Well,
you got to
points don't make prizes. Next. Sorry.
Yeah, they've got to catch you first, then. They've got to catch you, haven't they? You can jump as many red lights as you like if no one sees you. If no one sees you, you're all right, aren't you?
Yeah, they get your number plate. Whoop, next.
Just say your car was moved. It wasn't you driving. You'd be fine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, my little old car. Yeah, they stole it. Right.
And say, of course it's wet. North London is wet.
Exactly. Yeah, North London is red. Exactly. North London is red. London's red. Terry says, and if you ever get arrested, tell the old Bill you're a Spurs fan and they can't fail to take pity on you. Well, that's true. Yeah, they would definitely take pity.
Yeah, actually, I'm in the right area because I technically only live down the road from that ghastly stadium. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I'm Spurs.
There you go. You'll be fine. Next time, just forget the traffic lights. Just get over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Terry says, Stina always comes up with telling goals. I'm not too worried if she don't score when we're 2 or 3 up. Well, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I wanted her to get a goal just for her, really. But yeah, she will get goals when they matter because she has done. Royster says, my biggest worry about the ladies' games at the Emirates was on those really cold days, the attendance would drop off dramatically. Aston Villa proved me wrong. 30,000 was unreal. Yeah, it was. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think that the weather is going to make any difference now to the attendances. I think people want to go and they want to go, and they will turn up regardless. And football's a winter sport essentially. If you want to watch football in the sun, you're not going to get in hot days. You're not going to get many games to go to, are you? Let's be honest. Most of the time it's freezing cold and raining and all sorts. So if you want to watch football, you have to accept that the weather's generally not going to be great for you. And it's great to see the crowd was fantastic. Yeah, and our crowds have been fantastic for the last 2 or 3 years, haven't they? Which is great.
In 5 games this season, we had 165,000 attendance for over 5 home games so far. And the whole German Bundesliga, in 65 games, they had 162,000. So 65 games in German Bundesliga compared to 5 games from Arsenal, and we had more attendance than the whole German Bundesliga. This says all about our fans, how everything develops, and that we are leading the way, not only in the WSL but in whole European women's football.
Yeah. That's an amazing stat, that, by the way. Incredible. I mean, I know you've mentioned before, haven't you, the attendances in the Bundesliga aren't nowhere near what they are in the WSL, and obviously we're at the top of it. Of course we are. Our attendances are amazing. But that is incredible. Our 5 games, actually more people have come to our 5 games than the whole of the Bundesliga season put together. Is incredible. Wow. But yeah, we've got that side of it generally right, haven't we? We've got the way the club have handled that side of it. Yes, okay, the Bayern Munich game will come onto and the mess they've made of that one, but generally they've got it right. The club have done well. We can criticise them for lots of things, and rightly so sometimes, but they've got it right with the women's team, haven't they, with the Emirates and stuff like that, and it's working. The crowds are amazing. The support is amazing, and we're taking those supporters to the away games and everything. It's just fantastic. It really is. 170 guy says Van Domslaar should start Sunday. Yeah, I'm sure she will. I'm pretty certain. I think she'll start the next 2 games actually. Pretty certain. Yeah. 170 guy says Marnham is not good enough if we want to compete with Chelsea. See, every week you always say Marnham's not good enough, and every week she pops up and scores goals. She's our second top scorer. I don't know what more she needs to do. It's not Marnham's fault we're not competing with Chelsea. Frida Marnham's having a great season, a really, really good season. She's scoring goals. I think she's playing well. And yes, last season she wasn't great. I accept that she wasn't. But this season, I don't think you can look at Frida Marnham and say, well, Frida Marnham's the reason we're not up there with Chelsea. No, that's not the reason at all. The start of the season, all the problems that we had are the reason why we're not able to compete with Chelsea. But we still can over the whole season. Let's see. But I think the criticism of Frida Marnham is unfair. I think it's unfair.
I agree with that.
this season, because I think she's been really good. She's been really good. She's been much, much better this season than Kim Little, for example. Much better than Kim Little. So why aren't you saying, well, Kim Little's the reason why we aren't competing with Chelsea? You're going off Kim Little's career overall, which is fantastic. But right now, Frida Marnham's better than her. She's been playing better than her this season. So if anything, if you're going to blame anybody for why we're not as good as Chelsea, don't look at Frida Marnham. She's not the reason. No, absolutely no chance. She's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. She gives us an extra dynamism in midfield where she pops up in the box, makes those late runs into the box, gets on the end of things. She can finish, she can score goals, she can create goals. Last night, her goal was brilliant. The way she made that run into the box and finished it off. She plays lovely little passes inside defenders and stuff like that. She's playing brilliant. Honestly, she's playing brilliant. I'm not having any criticism of Frida Marnham. Not at the moment. She's been fantastic. Royston says Van Domselaar is the future Arsenal. Well, she's the current Arsenal number one. Let's be honest. I know she doesn't wear number one, but she is. Obviously, just the quality of the team led to Marnham getting a game. See, why is Marnham getting his criticism, man? She's doing well. Terry says it's an easy solution. Sell Russo and Stina and bring in Lauren James.
No.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if we did that? So Russo and Stina and brought in wow. I think I'd go on strike.
My two beautiful girls and her. No, that ain't happening. Next.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Says, I tried leading the call for Arsenal to sign James last season. Good luck with that shout. Well, no, we don't. See, I'm not saying she's not a great player. She is a great player, right? There's no doubt about that. For England, fantastic. But I don't think her attitude is what we want at Arsenal. That's still what lets her down for me.
Sorry, she was an academy player back in the day. We didn't want her then. Next.
No, we didn't. That's right. We let her go along with a few others that are now doing well in the WSL. But her attitude for me is the issue. I wouldn't want her to disrupt what we've got at the minute, and I think she would disrupt it with maybe maybe that's not really her, because maybe she's a bit more fun than she appears, but she doesn't appear to be much fun. She's very intense, shall we say. But anyway, there you go. Terry says absolute complete rubbish. Why can't we play both weeks? Well, we could. We're not going to, are we? We're not going to. But we could play them both every week, but it's not going to happen. Greg says every time they play together, our attack looks much more threatening. It does. I agree. I totally agree with that. I want to see her playing all the time. James makes a good point here. Stina has an unbelievable attitude. Not many strikers would be willing to make the amount of runs she makes, even though she gets offside often. If she does that 10 times, she'd certainly get through. Exactly, yeah. And not only that, the fact that she's on the bench so much, she comes on and she still gives absolutely everything. And that's a fantastic player. So every single manager wants a player like Stina in their squad. Who isn't knocking on their door. I mean, maybe she does, but you don't get the feeling that she's knocking on the door constantly saying, I want to be playing, I should be playing, and putting the manager under pressure. I think she gets on with it. She knows what her role is. She knows she can come in and contribute. She knows she's going to get starts here and there, and she seems to be okay with that. She just signed a new contract in the summer, so she must be happy with what her role is. And yeah, every manager would love a Stina in their squad. Absolutely, they would. And we're lucky that we've got her. Actually, we are. And she should be getting more minutes, but we'll see what happens. Terry says, let's be honest, with the attacking players we have, the girls could blast any team away. I hate it when we go to defensive. Well, I don't think we do go to defensive very often now, do we? We're pretty on the front foot as it happens now, aren't we? Terry says, in my opinion, attendance only falls when you're playing rubbish and losing, or you're Chelsea with no fans. Well, obviously, yeah, when you've got no fans, then you're not going to be able to fill your stadium, are you? Although Chelsea have got a few more now. Greg says, we've got the attendance right. We just need to start scoring more goals and play attractive. But yeah, I mean, imagine if we were winning games 4 and 5-0 at home. Imagine if we were doing that. That would attract some fans, wouldn't it? Maybe we need to start thinking about that. Anyway, Terry says, let's be honest, who doesn't like a Frida firework? Exactly, yeah, who doesn't like a Frida firework? Fantastic point. Royston says, Harry Kane was an Arsenal Academy player. he was, yeah. He's another one, yeah, another Arsenal Academy. Well, I don't know if was he, I think when he was like under 9 or something, wasn't it? It was going back a long time in his career. He was very young. He was at Arsenal.
Yes.
I'm glad we let him go. He's rubbish, isn't he, anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I can't abide him next.
Yeah, exactly. Terry says most of Stina's offsides are because we don't feed her the ball. Exactly, yeah, that's exactly the point. She makes them runs. Doesn't get the ball. And then when she does get the ball, it's too late. Because he needed to come seconds earlier. So it's not always her fault. I know she gets caught offside a lot and everyone says, oh, she's offside again. But, that's part of the reason. She does need to maybe sometimes bend her runs a little bit better or whatever it is sometimes as well. But, give her the ball straight away. If you notice, Frida Marlon's the one who always put an early ball through to her, won't she? Frida's done it a lot of times. She'll put an early ball to her. Everyone else seems to delay the pass too long and she's offside. But, although Mariona's linked with her quite well in recent weeks. I thought the goal against Tottenham, Mariona put the ball through. The goal against... which one was it? Another one, I think Mariona put the ball through for her. So that they seem to be getting a good little understanding going as well, which is good. We beat Aston Villa quite comfortably. Fantastic. We beat Valerenga quite comfortably. And now we've got a game on Sunday, which is going to be maybe a little bit more tricky. So obviously Liverpool not quite as good as they were last season, or they're certainly not doing as well as they did last season. So it's maybe not a bad time to play. And they've got one or two players missing, as we know, but they're always going to be competitive, aren't they? There's no doubt about that with their manager. Matt B is always going to make the team competitive. We know they're a good team. We know on their day they can give anyone a problem. But in the form that we're in, can they stop us? That is the question that everybody will be asking. That's what it's about, isn't it? It's not about, are we going to win the game? Can we win the game? It's can Liverpool stop us from playing our football? Can they get a result against us on Sunday? I'm thinking probably not, but who knows? We've had a tough trip into Europe. It makes it difficult to come back and play a game so quickly. That's going to be tough. Yes, we rested some players, but I don't know. I mean, Andreas, it's going to be a difficult game, isn't it? Because Liverpool, on their day, can beat anybody. They're not quite on their form recently, but it's going to be tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we shouldn't underestimate Liverpool because they are underperforming so far. 9 games, only 9 points, and only 9 goals scored. They don't have their best season, not as good as last season, but they have beaten Everton in the League Cup during the week, I think 4-0. We haven't beaten Everton 4-0. And in the league, they only lost, I think, 2-1 to Man City. So they can be dangerous if they have a good day. But we have had a lot of good days recently, and we have the better squad. We have a very good run now. So we should go to Liverpool with the self-confidence that we will win there. And of course, we are now on 3rd position. Finally, and we need the 3 points to keep the 3rd position. So there's no doubt, no discussion. We need a win at Liverpool, and I'm fully confident that we will get the 3 points. I hope that Liverpool will not start just right now to perform as they did last season. As I said, only 9 goals in 9 games, so they are not the best not the best attackers or not really threatening with their attacking line. So we were very stable in defense in the last games, and I think I hope that Daphne will play in goal, and then Leah will be back, and probably Steph or Lotta will be the second center back. Probably Emily Fox will play. So we will have a better lineup in the defense than in Valerenga, and we kept clean sheets in the league, so why not in Liverpool on Sunday? And with the confidence of our attacking line, we should score goals, and I think everybody will want to win this and finish the WSL for this year with a win and with keeping the 3rd place. And when you read all the problems that Man City currently has with injuries and so it's 4 points to Man City. So we must keep the pace, and let's keep the chance to be dangerous for City. I mean, Chelsea is 9 points away. I'm not looking at Chelsea, but at the moment I say, protect the 3rd place and make pressure on Man City. So I'm confident we are going to win 2-0, and yeah, that,
2-0.
if we are leading the game, and let's say if we are 2-0 up in the second half, then there will be substitutes, and René will look at the Bayern game and try to give minutes to the younger players and rest our top players. So maybe then the last 15-20 minutes there will not happen too much. I hope we are 2-0 up at halftime or short after, and then we'll bring it home.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a decent record recently. I mean, at Liverpool, but this is a new stadium we've not played in before because they're playing in a new ground this year, aren't they? So it's going to be a little bit different, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, in the form that Liverpool are in, we should be. Well, we're going to go in there massively confident, aren't we? No doubt about that. But knowing Matt Beard, he's going to have a plan for this particular game, isn't he? That he won't have used in other games, because he'll look at how we're playing, he'll look at our strengths and our weaknesses, and he'll try to exploit that because he's a very good coach. Yes. And I'm sure it'll be a competitive game and it'll be a difficult game. But obviously, we're playing well. We've got the quality and we've got the momentum with us, and we should be able to see the game through. Absolutely, we should. But you know, any game can go. There's no easy games in the WSL these days. No matter how well a team's playing or not playing, every game's competitive. Every game's difficult, and you've got to earn the right. You know, these big wins that we've had to earn those big wins by the way that we've played, and nothing comes easy. And it's not going to be easy on Sunday. Absolutely not. It's going to be a really difficult game, and I'm confident we can get the result as well, because we everything's in our favour at the minute. We're playing really well, but you know, coming back off a European away game is never an easy time to be away again in a WSL. You're better off having a home game on the back of that. But we've got what we've got. We've got to deal with it, and we should be good enough to win. You know, Andreas has gone 2-0, which is fine. We'll take that. Absolutely no problem at all. I don't care if we win 1-0 as long as we win. But we want to see more of these great performances, don't we? I mean, and what are you expecting from Sunday? Because Liverpool aren't playing that well. You know, we're in fantastic form, but we've had this distraction in the week. We've got another distraction coming up next week. It's come at a difficult time, hasn't it, this game?
Well, yeah, I mean, I always said, as a head coach, manager, whatever he is, I really like Matt, actually. I just get the guy. And yeah, they've been plagued with a few injuries. Wasn't it the other week a player went, whatever they've got? So they've been pretty unlucky there. Yeah. Well, and also, that was Jonas's drinking partner. Wonder if René will go out for a drink with him. Interesting. You don't know. No. Listen, obviously Fox quite rightly has been rested. When has that poor woman had a rest? Yeah, Williamson, rest certain players. She's not going to do the miraculous thing that she did the other day, because she was calculated. She knew what she was doing, and it certainly more than paid off. It's going to be stronger, but equally, the Bayern, I should say, is so important. So, certainly, I expect us to win. I'm not bothered. Yeah, if it's good old-fashioned 1-0, I'm happy with that. Next, anything more is a bonus. Always is. I think we're more than capable. And most importantly, get Daft back in goal next. She will be. I'll guarantee it. She will be. I'm confident. I shall enjoy watching it. I shall be there for your watch along. Get the best of both worlds, and I'm confident. And look, if the worst happens and it don't happen, I'm not going to have a breakdown over it. You can't. I'll be sad. I'll be really sad, but so far, we've done really good, and I'm just really enjoying what René's done. And it's funny enough, going back to just saying about Leslie's confidence, I went to that first match last season, and she was like a rabbit under the headlights. She was overwhelmed by the Emirates. That bit I get totally. And as much as I really, really like Jonas, I don't know, with the resurgence of René, I think the whole coaching is just different now, and it's just working for the girls. It's certainly working for René. For Russo. She really, it's probably confidence to a degree, but she was doing pretty good for England. So yeah, it's just really working for her because she is a total centre forward. But I still so agree with you with Stina. You play her. She's, as someone said to me, she's a righty. She's a natural. You play her more, she'll get them. And also, who feeds the ball to her? Because she can't run down one end all the way up the other to get a goal. Somebody has to feed her, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you compare to Wrighty. I would say she reminds me more of Aubameyang, actually, in the sense that Aubameyang maybe didn't always seem to contribute much else to the team other than the goals. And I think Stina maybe does contribute more than she's given credit for. But I think she seems more similar to Aubameyang. Some of her movement in and around the box is very similar to his. She gets herself in great position. She doesn't always get the right service, but given the right service, she scores goals. A bit like always like Aubameyang did, and he was a great player for us as well. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously as a goal scorer, you need service as well. You know, she's not the type of player that's going to, like you said, take on 4 or 5 players and score a goal. That's not her game. You know, there's not many players that can do that, to be honest. And she certainly isn't one of them. But yeah, you're a lot of the time, as any striker, you're only as good as your teammates around you, aren't you? If they supply you with the chances, you'll end up scoring goals. And if they don't, no matter how good you are, you know, you put Erling Haaland in a League Two team, he's not going to have those quality players around him. He's not going to get the chances. He probably won't score half as many goals. But he's, you know, that's the way it is in football sometimes. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And we should have too much quality for Liverpool. And you need to give a score prediction, Hans, because you didn't give a score prediction, did you?
I hate doing this. Oh God, I'm probably going to be so wrong. 3-0.
Oh, 3-0. Look at that. Good. That's a bit better, isn't it? A bit more confident there. That's what we like to see. 170 Gunner says, Mariona is quality. We should sign more players from Barcelona. Well, we did get, what's her name? Leia Cadena. She came from Barcelona, didn't she? So, yeah. And also, Gio as well came from Barcelona, didn't she? I know we haven't got her anymore, but she came there as well. So we've got a few players from Barcelona. I'm not sure we'll get too many more, but, you know, worth trying. It's worth trying to get them all. Yeah, let's get a few more. You're right. Terry says, all joking aside, if we don't stuff Liverpool this weekend, we should sack Rene on the spot. They are rubbish, at least 6-0. I love Terry's optimism when it comes to score predictions. Fantastic.
He's winding us up again.
Well, he might be right. I'm sure he said something like 4-0 against Valerenga, and he weren't that far away, so who knows?
No, there you go. He's good at the predictions.
He said, if Russo and Stina can get their act together, we'll score at least 5 and won't concede. So there you go. Well, Greg got at least 5 then. Wow. Lots of optimism here. We like to see that. James says, Mariona has been an incredible addition to the team, consistently delivering for us. Losing Viv was tough to take, but if Mariona was brought in as a replacement, I can't really complain anymore. No, you're right. She's settled in, and maybe she's playing in a slightly more central position. She was playing a little bit wider before. She's moved more centrally now. She's having much more involvement and more impact in the team. She has been brilliant. You're right, absolutely brilliant. She's a great player, and again, we're lucky to have her, aren't we? And she's really starting to play well now. So yeah, obviously let's hope that continues, because she's a fantastic player. She's a different player to Viv, isn't she? Obviously, completely different type of player, but she's got as much qualities, different qualities, but she's as good in different way to what Viv was. Viv scores a lot more goals, obviously, but you know, I'm really happy with her. And yeah, as a replacement, if we're gonna lose a player of what Viv brought to us over many years, you want to get someone in who's pretty good, don't you, to replace her? And we've done that. So you're right, we can't complain, can we? Let's be honest. We need to be happy with what we've got there. Terry says, come on, chat, hit that like and subscribe button. We have 2 giants and royalty bringing you the best with each other on YouTube. Well, you know, we try our best, Terry. We always try our best, absolutely. Terry says, Greg, have you noticed Andreas going back to his old score predicting ways? Well, as long as we win. Greg says, yes. What have the girls got to do to convince him they can score? Well, you know, they've scored a few lately. Terry says, oh no, Ange, 1-0. It is part of the contract. Can't have Arsenal score predictions over 2 goals. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can't go mad, because otherwise it's just not good, is it? You know, we need to keep our feet. We have to stay humble, as a certain player said. So we're staying humble. That's what we're doing, Terry. We're just staying humble. Greg says, I hope Andreas isn't influencing Ange with these low scores. Well, he seems to be. He seems to be. I must admit, it seems to be rubbing off, I have to say. Terry says, you may be onto something there. 170 guy says, Aubameyang never got any hotel service at Arsenal. Well, I don't know. I thought he had a good time at Arsenal, didn't he? I thought he was a great player. I loved him, actually. Well, somebody else says, is Walty and Little ready for Sunday? Well, Leo Walty's not. Kim Little apparently has got a chance to play on Sunday. We don't know exactly. She did train, I think, today. But Leo Walty knows she won't be ready. I don't think she'll play Christmas break now. I think that's her done for the time being. She'll be back in the new year. But no, she won't play on Sunday. Terry says, and you can't just give 3-0 as a half-time score. We need a full-time prediction. Well, if it's 3-0 at half-time, it might be 3-0 at full-time. That's fine. Good. Yeah, as long as we win.
Right, I'm going to roll. Just rush them 10-0.
10-0. There you go. 10-0. There we go. That's what we want to see. 10. I actually think it's going to be quite a difficult game. I think we'll win.
I think it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think it'll be difficult. I'll be happy if we win 1-0. I've got to be honest. I'll be happy just to win the game.
I'll be very happy. Next.
Yeah. But I'm kind of swaying towards Andreas's 2-0. I kind of like that as a score.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sensible.
That makes sense, actually. That makes sense for a 2-0 because it will be tough. And I think we're going to have to work hard to break them down. And, we're going to have to be in front of goal to get anything. So, yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 as well. But I'll be happy with 1-0. I'll be happy with 10-0, obviously. But I don't think it'll be 10-0.
No,
very happy now, you see. He's happy with a 10-0 prediction. You see. You've made his day, Ange. That's what you've done. You've made his day. Of course, Liverpool will be our last WSL game this year because, of course, there's the break to come before we play again in WSL. But we do have a game after Liverpool before the break, and it's a biggie, isn't it? It is a biggie. It's what we always call here the Andreas Derby. Of course, it is Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. So it's in our hands to win the group. Well, who would have thought it was possible that we could win the group after that first game? But here we are. We are one win away from topping our group, and a group with Bayern Munich in it as well. So it's not been an easy, and Juventus as well, and Valerenga are no mugs. Let's be honest. So, it's incredible that we're in this position. Obviously, we've qualified anyway, so there's no pressure on in that sense. We can go out on Wednesday at Meadow Park, which we know it shouldn't be out there, but it is. We can go out there Wednesday. I think we can relax a little bit, and I think it's built up to be a really, really great night. I think the result against Liverpool is going to have some sort of impact. Hopefully we keep winning, keep the momentum going. That's what we need to do, and then we can go into Wednesday night and wow, wouldn't that be something incredible if we can win that game and win the group? I mean, it would just, I don't know what Jonas would make of it, because obviously he was here when we lost. He was managing when we lost to Bayern in the way that we lost. And I'm sure at the end of that game, he probably felt like all of us that, wow, we're going to struggle to even qualify, let alone have a chance of winning the group. I mean, to even be in this position, whatever happens on Wednesday night, whether we win, lose or draw, to be in this position going into the last game with a chance to win the group is a massive, massive credit to everybody who's been involved in it. We've won all the games in a row, four wins in a row in the group. Incredible. It's whatever happens Wednesday, we should be proud of what they've achieved, what they've done in this group. But now let's get the job finished. Let's finish it off. Let's get it done. Let's go and win the game, top the group, and hopefully get a slightly easier draw through to the final. I mean, Andreas, I know you were looking forward to the game. Obviously, it's your favourite game of we played, isn't it? Arsenal against Bayern Munich. What more could you want in life? Come on. I mean, it's going to be a cracking game, isn't it? I don't really doubt about that.
Yeah, I think it would be a normal game. Both teams are qualified for the next round, and you don't know whether it's better to be winner or runners up in the group, because you don't know how the other groups are decided. It could happen that Barcelona finishes as runners up. Maybe Chelsea is losing the first game of the season in Madrid against Real, and then Real tops the group. So everything is possible, and you don't know, is it better to be winner or runners up? I think it would be a normal Champions League game if this game in Munich had not happened. after this humiliation, and it was a humiliation with this 5-2, the second half, it's something special, more special for our team than for Bayern Munich. I think everybody in the team wants to win this game, not 2, 3, 4-0. No, they want to win. They want to beat Bayern Munich and show we are at least as good as you are. And this 5-2 is not normal. This is not what we are and what we can play, what we are playing right now. I think it will be a very special game for every one of our players, and of course for us as fans too. I was sitting at the campus in Munich when they beat us 5-2, and I told you then after this game that my Bayern friends were sitting near me, and they clapped my shoulder. Better days will come for you too, and so. I don't want to have this again. It was a bad night, and I want to have a very good night in next week at Meadow Park, and it will be something special. I was yesterday at the campus when Bayern beat Juventus 4-0. Was a perfect match from them. Juventus had no chance over the whole game, and don't forget, Juventus is unbeaten in the Italian Serie A. They are 6 points clear at the table. And this is a good team, and Bayern let them no chance. It was 4-0 and could have been 6 or 7-0. So Bayern is a really good team. But we are a good team too, and it will be special. I think it will be not. How can I say this? Not too tactical, because both are qualified. Both will risk something, and I don't see a 0-0 coming or only one. I think there will be goals, just because we want to move forward. We want to win and score, and then maybe we will be open to concede 1 or 2. And I see a lot of goals coming, and a fantastic open game from 2 top teams who both want to win the group. And I say we are going to win because we want the win a little bit more than the Bayern players. We want the win more because we want this revenge. And even if Bayern had won at Valerenga and would be 3 points clear, the one thing our team would want was to win against Bayern, and they will win. And I say with a lot of goals. So this time I say 3-2 to the Arsenal. A fantastic night with a fantastic atmosphere. I think this atmosphere with 3,500 at Meadow Park and the singing and everything, this will be something special the Bayern players are not used to. Maybe it would be an advantage for Bayern to play at the Emirates, even if there were 25 or 30,000 for this game. I don't know. But this atmosphere at Meadow Park will be something they are not used to, and this will give us the last push we need. And I go for 3-2 and a fantastic match, and then we are top of the group.
That would be incredible, wouldn't it? I mean, to win that game anyway. But I mean, a 3-2 would be a great night, wouldn't it? You're going, aren't you? You're going, aren't you? Because you got your ticket, didn't you?
Yeah, I have my ticket. Yeah, I secured my ticket, and 2 friends of mine are coming from Munich, and this time I want to go to them after the match. Of course, they are in the Bayern fans. I want to go to them after the match and say, "Oh, you will have better times, and you're finished the group. That's exactly. Okay, isn't it?"
Yeah, that's what needs to happen. That definitely. That's what we all want. Obviously, when you've suffered a bad defeat like that, what you want to get your revenge quite quickly, and we've got the perfect opportunity to do that now on Wednesday. And I kind of agree. I think playing at Meadow Park, although we know the fuss and stuff it all caused, didn't it, by having to move it, the fact we're at Meadow Park actually might well be an advantage. I know we beat Bayern at the Emirates a couple of years ago, 2-0 to go through over a 2-legged tie. That was a fantastic Arsenal performance that night at the Emirates. But I kind of agree. I think Meadow Park in this game is actually in our favour. It is definitely in our favour. The closeness of the fan to the pitch, the atmosphere that's going to be there. So the smaller pitch as well. I just think and we've got a great record at Meadow Park. We don't often lose there, do we? We haven't often lost there in the last few years. So we don't play there as much anymore. But I think that could be a good advantage to us. Let's make the most of that on the night and really play onto that. Get the crowd really going. And I think I kind of agree with you. I think it's going to be a great night, and I do think we are going to win. And I think that is going to be amazing. And, it'd be such a great way to go into the break, wouldn't it? On the back of another victory and topping this group. Wow. I mean, yeah, you're right. We don't know yet whether coming first or second is going to end up being better for us in terms of what the draw could bring. But I don't think we can think about that. To win your group is the ultimate, isn't it? When you're in the Champions League, to win the group is what you set out to do. If you're a serious team, you set out to win your group. And if we win the group, that'll be amazing. And if it means we get a tougher draw in the end, it's just the way it is. But you have to beat the good teams at some point if you're going to win the Champions League. If you're going to get to the final, you're going to have to beat somebody. Over 2 legs, I fancy our chances pretty much against anyone anyway. So I'm not bothered. Let's win the group. Let's do it in some style. And let's enjoy the break over Christmas on the back of this unbeaten run that we're on, and fantastic stuff. Ange, you must be looking. Are you going on Wednesday, are you, Ange, or not?
No, I can't do during the week. So I'm at work. But no, I'm really pleased for Andreas. I'm really pleased for my Dutch friend Larice. Great that with the all the rescheduling and the monies that have been forked out. No, and also I'm quite happy to be a sofa supporter. Quite happy to watch it at home. Not going to lie. I really want them to win. You're absolutely right. Especially where we've had to come right from the bottom and work our way up. As I've mentioned before. To go to you got go top of the group. We'll get who we get in the next the next round and all. And as you say, you got to play some really decent, no disrespect to anyone here, but really decent teams to progress. Well, like we did to get to a semi-final the other season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's no good, is it, saying, "Oh well, let's get an easy draw so we make it through to the semi-final or the final." Yeah, let's beat the good teams and let's knock them all out. And then we've got a better chance of winning it, haven't we? Because they've all gone. They've all got. We can't rely on everybody else to knock them out. Let's knock them out ourselves. We're good enough. Let's not fear who we get. Let's not fear who we get. I don't. It's like we went the FA Cup the other week. Who do we get? I don't care who we get, but not Chelsea away probably, but anybody else. I don't care. Let's What's your score prediction then, Andrew? Andrew has gone 3-2. What do you reckon? Do you reckon a big scoring game, or what do you think?
No, I don't think it will be. I've probably got this totally wrong. No, I don't think it will be. I think it's going to go our way. We may concede one, and that's with Daff in goal, hopefully. No, I don't know. Maybe a 2-1 or something. Don't know. I could be, like I said, I don't know. It's hard to predict. But I think we're going to win it. That's all I can say. We're going to win it.
As long as we win it, we'll all be happy, won't we?
That's all that matters, yeah.
And
it's a pride thing as well now because of what was it, 5-2? No, this is pride. I mean, it was like last season with Man City, and I won't call out who it was, but someone said to me, "Oh no, don't let Chelsea win it," as in the WSL. And I thought, no, we got to do City. It's pride. We can't lose a game. No, we ain't going to get the WSL, but we ain't losing to City. Yeah, end of.
No, exactly. I mean, that particular game, I know everyone look at it and say, well, that's the game that cost Man City the title. The game's won over the whole season, not over one game. You win
exactly.
Or you lose because you're the best team, not because you lost one game. And so we didn't cost Man City the title. They cost it themselves by dropping points throughout the season. Too many, or actually wasn't too many points in the end. It was goal difference, wasn't it? But anyway, they didn't do enough to win the league over the 22 games, and that's the way it is. We aren't going to look on it like that at all. No, we go and do our job, and our job is to win every single game that we play. That's what we should look at doing, regardless of where it leaves anybody else. Let's just go and do our job and win. And on Wednesday, our job will be to win. And if we do, the result of that would be something quite special that would deserve all the credit it's going to no doubt get. Greg says, I just watched the Dam Busters and that was a great raid, and we'll raid Bayern the same way. Easy 4-0 win as long as Manu's not in goal. Well, I don't know if it'll be 4-0 or Christ, that would be good, but I don't think it will be. So he says, why would we want to be as good as Bayern when we're better? Well, yeah, we are better. We'll show we're better on Wednesday, I'm sure. James says, we have to beat Bayern 5-0 to avenge the embarrassment they caused us early on. but it looks like a blessing in disguise too. If that humiliation hadn't happened, we may still be with Isaac. Well, yeah, I suppose maybe that's true. Yeah, maybe that is true, because it was obviously one game after that he left, wasn't it? So we, maybe that's the point. If we'd done well over in Bayern Munich, got the result, maybe we're still that. Not that would be a bad thing, because it might mean that the other result would have been better as well. But yeah, it is what it is. Greg says, don't forget, last time we were in the Champions League, we thrashed Lyon, and they're better than Bayern, and we've got a better team now. Well, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Although lots have changed in those 2 years since we thrashed Lyon, 2.5 years ago, whatever it was. But yeah, no, you're right. Terry said, don't let them off the hook, Andreas. Give it to them large. Yeah, don't let them off to your friends. Yeah, give it to them large when we win. That's absolutely what you need to do. Terry says, and you get Andreas to give you a royal pardon. Yeah, exactly. That's what needs to happen, doesn't it? Terry says, I'm going 5-2. We missed some sitters in the first game, especially in the first 15-20. No, we did. We were good, actually, at the start of that game. I think we tend to forget that now because of how it finished. But you're right, we were brilliant for 20 minutes, half an hour. And yeah, we won the up and could easily have been 2 or 3. Royston says, Terry, have you started your Christmas beverages already? He's like this all the time, Royston. Nothing to do with Christmas. He's like this in February. He says he's sober as a judge. That's quite worrying thinking about it. It is quite worrying, but we're fine with it, so don't worry about it. I mean, my score prediction on Wednesday will be I'm going to go 3-1. I think it'll be 3-1. I think Bayern will score because I think they're good, but I think we'll be bang up for the game. I think we'll win. I think we'll be 2-0 up now, pull one back, and then we'll get a third goal late on and seal it. And it'll probably be Steiner that gets it as well, which will be good. So it'll be 3-1 and we'll go through. Now, of course, if we beat Liverpool and if we beat Bayern Munich, are we going to start to have, are the club going to say, Rene, you are the manager forever? You think it's got, I mean, I know Andreas has been a bit sceptical about the long-term thing with Rene. I have as well, I've got to be honest, but the more weeks have gone on, the more Rene's won me over, I've got to be honest. And to be honest, what I would give her the job now, before we play Liverpool, before we play Bayern. I would just say, look, the job, what I would do is, I said this on the game yesterday, I would give her an 18-month contract to the end of next season, right? So she's got the rest of this season, she's got a January window, she's got a summer window, she's got all of next season, right? And if there's not progress there, if we're not doing what we need to be doing, we've got an easy option to get rid of her again. I'd say, sorry, it's not worked, fair enough. And it gives her enough time to be able to show what she's actually able to do over that long period of time. So I would say an 18-month contract now till the end of next season, and then back her in the transfer windows that's coming up in January and in the summer. Let's see what she can do. And if she's not the right one, well, I think she deserves this opportunity to get the whole of this season, the rest of this season, the whole of next season. I think she deserves that. And that's regardless of these next 2 results, really. Obviously, if we win the next 2 games, I don't think there's any question. We have to give it to her. And if we win the next 2 games and we don't give it to her and we appoint another manager, I think that it will be a stupid thing to do. I think it'd be pretty stupid anyway now, if I'm honest. The way that we're playing, and yes, people will say we haven't played anybody decent yet. We haven't played any of the top teams, all this kind of stuff. No, we haven't. But that doesn't matter. Look how well we're playing. Look how well we're playing. Look what we're doing on the pitch. I want to see her given the job for 18 months. Andreas, what would you, I mean, obviously the next 2 games might well decide it anyway, but would you, I know you were saying maybe she wasn't the right one long term, and I kind of agreed with you, but I think I've changed my mind, actually. How do you feel about that now with Rene?
Yeah, the last 2 games have changed my mind a bit, and I think it's exactly what the club is doing right now. They are waiting the next 2 games because Bayern is the first big test for her, and they are waiting for this. It's not that she must win the Bayern game, but the performance will be important. If the team is performing well against Bayern, and then it's exactly what I expect, that they say we'll give her an 18-month contract, and then give her the responsibility for the next 2 transfer windows. Not only make transfers in winter or next summer, but give Rene the responsibility. What she's doing in these transfer windows, if it works out, then she shows that that she can be a long-term solution and a good manager in the WSL. And introducing a new manager now, I don't think this would work, because the team is right behind Renee. They trust her, and all the interviews you hear, the girls, they want her, or they believe her. They believe in her tactics. So only two terrible games against Liverpool and Bayern could change this. But I'm confident that we beat Liverpool and that we will see a very good performance against Bayern, and then she will get this contract. And the last two games have changed my mind, because she used the whole squad. She used the resources. She gave minutes to nearly everybody. And in the Villa game, to give Lotta 45 minutes was a very good decision. And afterwards she said, we need all players. We need Lotta to be back in the squad and have minutes. So she gave minutes to, even to Catherine Kuhl. We all expect Kuhl to leave in the winter window, but anyway, giving minutes to her was important. Now minutes for Cody was good. For Rosa and Renee said some players need a little bit more time to settle in, and when she was speaking about Rosa Kafaji, she used the whole squad and gave everybody a chance. This changed my mind. I think, let's see the last two matches. Let's have two good performances, and then give her the responsibility for the winter and the summer transfer window, and then we will see. Is she a midterm solution or a long-term solution? I mean, every successful manager started the career somewhere, and why not starting right now with us? Give her the chance.
I think she deserves it. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I do. And I'm like you. I was a little bit unsure to begin with. I thought she was just an interim, and I thought that's all she needed to be. She needed to steady the ship, get things sort of moving in the right direction, and then get a proper manager, for want of a better phrase, to finish the job off. Actually, what she's done and how she comes across in the interviews, how the team are playing, how the girls look and feel, you can see it's working. And I think it would be crazy now to change it. I really do. And yes, maybe the Bayern game is the first sort of big test, you could say, in terms of the opposition. And let's see how she copes with that tactically and whatever. And that will be a test, I suppose, as well. But yeah, I think it seems to be crazy not to give her the job. I mean, Ange, I know you want Emma Hayes, obviously, really. But if we can't get Emma Hayes, you'd be happy with Renee, wouldn't you, for now?
Oh, you do like to wind me up, Rich, don't you? Of course, I won't. I actually hear what you're saying about keep maybe an 18-month. Listen, I keep saying it. I'm happy with her. More importantly, the girls are happy with her. Lots of people are happy with her. We all really like her. She's doing a very good job here. But certainly, you cannot get somebody else in now. Definitely not. At the very least, keep her till the end of the season. Let her have the season's run, at least. At least. Bare minimum.
I just think the only issue with that for me is that you've got a January transfer window. And if you're only going to keep a manager till the end of the season, what do you do in January? Do you give them players that they want when they might not be here to really use them very much? Or do you say, well, actually, we're not going to buy anyone in January then, because we're not going to get a new manager till the summer? I don't know. I think the club need to make a positive move now and either say we're giving Renee the job for 18 months and then use the transfer window what she wants, or they get in someone else now. After the Bayern game, obviously, get someone else in and then use the transfer window. But for me, that'd be the wrong choice, if I'm honest. Now,
I totally agree.
The only two options we've got. I think it's the only two options we've got. I don't think we can say now to Renee, we'll keep you to the end of the season. I don't think that's a viable option. I think it's either longer than that, or they get rid of one or the other. I don't think they can do that. I don't think that will work. Personally.
Okay. If you look at it from that point of view.
But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because Arsenal don't seem to want to make tough decisions, do they? They don't, as a club, don't seem to want to do that. I mean, we didn't sack Jonas. He left. We're never going to sack Arteta unless the only way we're going to get rid of him is if he leaves on his own accord, which he probably won't do. Got a cushy job, and I don't think the club want to make those tough decisions. I just don't think they do. And if they wanted to, they would have done it already, wouldn't they? They would have made a decision on Rene, either give her the job 2 blocks ago when she was winning games, or not. And now they're just dragging it on because they don't want to make a decision. They haven't got anybody who's got enough minerals to make a big decision. Like, it is a big decision. It's a really big decision. They've got to get it right. They've got to get it right. But for me, the right thing now, give her the Wednesday night, maybe even before the game, announce it. So take the pressure off. Give her the job before Wednesday night's game. Announce it before Wednesday night's game. Rene's got an 18-month contract. Just do it. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are we going to really get a manager who can come in and have the impact that she's had? But I don't think so.
I don't think we can. No, I genuinely don't think that. No, I totally hear what you're saying. Well, listen, maybe Rene knows something we don't, and we'll all be pleasantly surprised.
Well, let's hope so. What needs to happen? The club have got to make a public decision. Whether they've made it private behind the scenes or whatever, I don't know. But they need to make a public decision, because
I totally agree.
I don't think the speculations long term is going to help. I don't think it helps the team. It doesn't help the players. It doesn't help anybody. Just make a decision. It's not hard, is it? You think Rene's good enough to do the job? Yes or no? I think obviously yes.
I get that.
So the club need to make that decision. Yes, she is good enough. Let's give her a contract. Or we don't think she's good enough. Let's give someone else the job. But do it, and do it quickly, because it's dragged on for too long now. We've gone 3 or 4 months with an interim manager. We're Arsenal. We're not some Sunday league side that can't get a manager. We're a big enough club. We shouldn't have an interim manager for this long. You either get someone there, get the one who you've got and give her the job, or get someone else, but do it. And for me, she deserves it now. She deserves it. She really does. And if we don't do it, I think that would be crazy. I mean, James says there, if they don't give Rene the job after what she's done, I'm definitely sure there'd be a fans revolt. Yeah, maybe they would. Maybe. I mean, I don't think the fans would be happy.
No, they won't be. I mean, they voiced. And I'm all right. I'm not about hate. I did moan a bit about Unai Emery, but I never was hateful about it. But yeah, they weren't exactly happy with Jonas. They were pretty vocal. There'd be an absolute uproar over Rene.
I think so.
They will be. I guarantee it.
I think they would now, with the way that the way that this 7, 8, 9 games, however long it is now, gone. I think it would be crazy, really. I mean, you'd have to question the people at the club making those decisions if they decided to get rid of her after what she's done. It would be.
Sorry to stop you there, but who's in the firing line? Wheatley.
Well, yeah, obviously she's the one making those decisions.
Yeah,
but I can't understand why it's taking them this long. And maybe Andreas is right. Maybe they were waiting for the Bayern Munich game. Maybe they're waiting for this break over Christmas to announce it. But why? Either she was good enough 5 games ago, or she wasn't. Yeah. And she's either good enough now before we play these next 2 games, or she isn't. Do you know what I mean? You can't judge a manager on 1 or 2 days. You've got to judge a manager over a certain period of time. And she's had long enough now to make a decision. All of us, fans, players, everybody at the club, to make a decision. Is this manager good enough for what we need at this club right now? Yes, she is. Clearly she is. So why are we taking this long to do it? I don't get it. Honestly, I don't understand it. It makes no sense now. I thought the reason was they were waiting to get their first choice manager. That's what I thought was happening. But obviously that's not happening, because here we are now.
Yeah. Where are they? Yeah.
No further on. So obviously they're not waiting for someone else, are they? Just sort it out, Arsenal. Come on, sort it out and do it. Do it before Wednesday night's game. Announce it on the pitch before Wednesday night's game. Rene is the full-time manager, and do it then. Imagine that, right? You announce it before the game, the crowd go mental. There's a great atmosphere, and we absolutely hammer Bayern Munich 8-0, right? Look at that. Brilliant Christmas for everyone, isn't it? That's how you do it. That is how you do it, Arsenal. Don't mess around. Terry said, no, Saka. No, we don't Saka. Absolutely not.
Terry, stop it.
No. Grapsovich says, hi there, just come home. How are you all doing? No, we're doing well, my friend. We are doing well. We just talked about Rene being the long-term manager. And, obviously, I'm sure you'll agree that she should be manager, won't you? Royston says, is there an advantage to finishing top of the Women's Champions League group besides having a home quarter-final game? Well, it's the same advantage in anything. You get to play a runner-up. If you're a winner, you play a runner-up. So is that an advantage or not? It depends where everybody finishes, I guess. But, yeah, technically it's an advantage, isn't it, to win the group? So, because you play a runner-up. But let's hope the runners-up aren't as good as they should be. Terry says, evening to Grat, and Royston does as well. James, we've had that one before about the crowd revolting. Greg says the girls are scoring for fun, that she's put so much confidence in the team. There's not another manager around who could do a better job. Exactly, yeah, I think you're right, 100%. You are right. We know that. Why don't the club know that? Why don't the club know that? Why haven't the club decided that, that's the right thing? Terry still wants Emma Hayes. He still wants Emma Hayes. Of course you do, Terry. In an ideal world, I guess you're right. But actually, I thought that at the beginning, but now I'm kind of thinking, actually, I prefer Rene. One, because Rene's much more likeable for a start off, and I think that's important. But if Emma Hayes had come in straight after Jonas, would we have done any better in these games? Since no, we can't. We virtually won every game apart from one draw that we should have won anyway, right? So Emma Hayes wouldn't have done any better than what Rene's done. So who's to say Emma Hayes would do better than Rene over the next 25 games or the next 30 games or the next?
Do you know, sorry, can I just say, and I don't know if you remember this, Andreas, when I first met Andreas and her name was mentioned, I said I'd rather get relegated than have that woman. Fact. I stand by what I say.
I think if we got her, we wouldn't get relegated, I don't think.
But anyway. Well, okay, that's likely, but I'm just saying.
Well, no, I mean, I guess you're right. So give Renee a 0 hours contract. No, don't give her a 0 hours contract. Give her an 18-month contract. Give her lots of money. That's what she needs. She deserves it, man. Come on. She deserves it. She does. Royston, Renee certainly has the respect of the players who have responded positively to her coming. Exactly. And that's the most important thing, isn't it? It's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Greg says, if Angie's happy with her, give her a contract tomorrow. Exactly, yeah. Basically, that's what should happen. Right. Royston says, Terry, come on now, that's harsh. He's just messing about. Greg says, the only problem I see, does Arsenal want a manager who can win us trophies? Well, yeah, do we? Because we obviously don't in the men's team. Do we want to win the women's team? I don't know. We'll soon find out, won't we? Terry says, let's ask Two-Tier. He's making the important decisions for the country, and what a blinding job. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're giving him police security to come to the Emirates, so why not get him to pick the manager? He's done such a great job of everything else in this country, so why not let him do that as well? Royston says, your mention about Arteta reminds me that for the first 7 years, Alex Ferguson won nothing with Man United and came within one game of being sacked if United lost to Forest. Yeah, that's right. That's very true. Royston says, and that was was that a new kit? Well, it wasn't a new kit. It was just we had to wear red shorts because Valerenga had white shorts, and we had to wear different socks because Valerenga's socks clashed. So I actually preferred it. It looked good, didn't it? Did you like that kit, Andreas? I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Me.
Yeah, I think it looked very good. The red shorts, I liked it. But I know Arsenal is white shorts and red kit. Yeah, but why not for the women's team play more often in red and red? Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Very practical for the girls. Yeah, I did, but very practical for the girls certain times of the month and all that. Then white shorts. I'm really surprised the girls have still allowed that. When a couple of years back, it was so public about, sorry to all you fellas, but women periods and all that. Yeah, red shorts make perfect sense. Yeah.
And it looked good as well, didn't it? It actually looked really good. When the team came out wearing them red shorts, I'm thinking, wow, that looks great. I like that. I thought it looked really good. So for me, that should be their kit permanently now forward all the time. But let's see. Maybe Rene can change the kit as well. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? She's changed everything else. Get her to change the kit. We shall see. Riley says there, remember, Liverpool comes into this weekend losing 4-0 away to Manchester United in the league last time out. Yep. Coming to this one, winning 4-0 against Merseyside rivals on Wednesday. But, we can only play our game, can't we, I suppose? But, yeah, they're not playing very well at the minute, are they? Grat says, hasn't she been offered the role but turned it down due to say it was an interim solution? But she should definitely be offered the permanent. No, I don't think she's turned it down. I don't think she was offered the job. She's not been offered the job permanently. She was offered it as an interim role, which obviously she accepted. We're waiting for her to get offered it permanently. But there you go. So we shall see. Grat says, by the way, went by my parents' house after work and got me some food, but most important, of course, talking about that bread last night on the show, wasn't we? The knacker bread. Do you know what that is, Andreas? I don't know. Do you have it in Germany?
Yeah, of course we know this word also in Germany, and yeah, it's good. It's good for a small snack, knäckebröt.
Yeah, well, they were talking about it last night. That's what Grat was having. You see, when the game was on, he was getting himself some of that for his snack. You see, so everyone was talking about that. You know, we're basically the food channel, really. We just like talking about football as well sometimes. Riley says, basically, I want the club next time to consult with the fans about stadium use next season between men's and women's. Yeah, but they won't, will they? Probably, because the fans don't really matter. What matters is the money, and what the fans want is secondary to the club. Let's be honest. It is. So I don't think they would ever do that. Or if they did consult with the fans, it would just be just a gesture. They wouldn't actually listen to what the fans want. They wouldn't do what the fans want. Absolutely no chance. But it would be lovely if they did. Wouldn't it be nice if the people running football clubs and the people running football actually listened to the fans and what the fans wanted? Wouldn't that be great? But it's not, though, is it? It'll never happen. So, you know, it's almost like a little dream, isn't it? A dream of thinking of what might happen. Terry says the problem getting salty, we'd have to waste money on more trophy cabinets. Well, we've got a nice trophy cabinet. Yeah, I think they're waiting to see if Serena is available after the Euros. No, they shouldn't be doing that. That would be a mistake. That would be a mistake. You know, let's get Renee now while we can. Terry says, when Renee wins nothing, your thoughts will change and say Terry was right. Well, we might do. We might say Terry was right.
Terry, and then you.
But I just think if we now give the job to somebody else and we say to Renee, you know, thank you very much, but sorry, there'll be 50 clubs ringing her up straight away. Saying,
yeah.
We'll have that. And there'll be some WSL clubs in the list as well. Don't worry about that. There will be. I think she's a better manager than most clubs in the WSL have got. So I don't know what we're waiting for. What are you waiting for, Arsenal? What are you waiting for?
Let's get this sorted. Sort yourself out, love.
Get it sorted. Come on. Greg says, but Terry, isn't that what Arteta is doing anyway? What, not winning trophies? Well, he is, yeah. It absolutely is. But anyway, you never know. Maybe this season might be different. Who knows? It might be different. But yeah, come on, Arsenal. Give Renee the job and sort it out, and we'll all be happy. Everyone will be. The girls will be happy. The fans will be happy. Everyone will be happy. The team will win some stuff. It'll be great. There you go. Grat says, red shirt, white jersey, but you have these claims of, again, another word I don't understand. And why do the lads play in white? Well, I mean, yeah, but we don't need to worry about that, do we? You know, men and women can have a different kit. It's fine. I think as long as the shirts are the same, that's all that matters. They have different colour shorts, can't they? It doesn't matter, does it?
That's a technicality, seriously.
Yeah, they don't need to worry about that. Royston says, anyone else thinking that Terry needs a 5-minute cooling down period? 5 minutes ain't enough, Royston. 5 minutes is nowhere near enough, and maybe a 2-hour one at least. But no, it's fine. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is nowhere near enough, is it? So, right, this could be the big week for Renee, I think. I think if we win these 2 games, I think it would be a massive, massive shock if she's not appointed full-time manager personally. But let's see what happens. Club don't seem to know what they're doing most of the time, so it wouldn't surprise me if they mess this up now. They've got a great opportunity and they're about to mess it up. I can just see it happening. Kratz says, this manager issue seems like a salty question. Well, it is. It's definitely a salty question. Terry says, we should sack all management and the Kroenkes. We should definitely sack the Kroenkes, 100%. Absolutely, definitely sack them. I agree with you there, 1,000%. But anyway, let's see what happens then. It's a big week again for Arsenal. The last games before the winter Christmas break, Liverpool away, Bayern Munich at home, 2 more wins, and surely we will no longer have an interim manager because we'll have a permanent manager, and it'll be Renee, and I think everyone will be delighted about that, especially Ange, because I know Ange wants to. Well, you want Arsenal to have a female manager, don't you, Ange? Let's be honest.
Yes, actually, I really do now. Yeah. The right female, and she ticks all the boxes. Yeah,
she does. She pretty much does tick all the boxes, doesn't she? So let's do it, Arsenal. Come on, let's get it done. But let's see what this week holds. It's been a great few, 2 or 3 months, really, hasn't it, since Jonas left? It's been great watching the team play again. I think we're all enjoying it much more than we were. The team are winning, playing football, scoring goals, not conceding too many. We're not conceding a daft goal for used to concede on a regular basis. We've cut all that out, apart from last night. But it's been fantastic. And to be honest with you, whatever happens now with Renee, whether they give it a job or not, I think we should all say thank you very much, Renee, for bringing the joy back to us watching the team. Regardless of what happens, the club need to make the right decision and do it. But if they don't, we will always appreciate what you've done in this short time. And even if you're not manager, maybe they'll keep you on in the club anyway. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, thank you very much for what you've done, Renee. We really do appreciate it. Grat says there, by the way, I have to say that I totally love your accent. And oh, see, he loves your accent, Ange. Look, you see, Grat, he loves your accents. You need to.
Yeah. Well, I can't really do a Swedish accent. Sorry, Grat.
See, maybe you'll like that one better, isn't it? Greg says, even if we lose to Bayern, we've qualified. We can beat anyone over 2 legs. Just give it a job. Exactly, yeah. I agree. That's why we should do. We should announce it before the game, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to be on that result, is it? Let's just give it to her anyway. Give it to her now. Announce it tonight. While we're still on air, be good, wouldn't it? We could be the first people to announce it.
Oh God, yeah. Breaking.
Tim says, thanks, Renee. Mind your ass on the door to work. No. She's not going anywhere. Come on. Grat says there, sound like that Detective Vera. I want to tell you. What does Vera sound like? Does anyone know? I don't really know. Isn't Vera from Newcastle?
I've never watched it.
I haven't either, actually. I've never watched it either. But anyway, obviously Grat watches it and he seems to think you like Vera, so there you go. I don't know if it's good or bad, but Grat seems to like it.
I don't know about watch it now.
Yeah, we'll have to watch Vera. We'll have to check out Vera, everyone. Check out Vera. And if you think Vera sounds like Ange, then you'll have to let us know next week, because that'll be
there you go. Have a poll.
You'll have a poll, yeah. Does Ange sound like Vera? There you go. And let's see
like my German accent.
Yeah.
I'm working on that one.
Yeah. That's for special occasions, that one, isn't it, Ange?
Oh God, yeah.
Anyway, this has been the Arsenal Women's Show. It's been a lot of fun again, as it always is.
Yeah, it's been great.
Good to have an actual proper show back, because we haven't had one for a couple of weeks due to various different reasons, but we have now. And we'll be back next week for our final Women's Show of the year. So actually, no, it won't be. What we'll do is next week we'll look back on the Liverpool game. We'll look back on the Bayern Munich game. Actually, we will. Why don't we have a look back on the season up till now, the first half of the season?
Here.
What do you mean I'm here?
Well, I'll be out next Friday.
You're not allowed. You're not allowed to go out next Friday.
I've got Christmas do. No,
you're not allowed to go. No, Saturday. Change it.
I'm sure everyone never dinner.
You can't go. Oh man, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing. Sorry. Oh dear, I don't know. We need another poll now. Should Ange go to a Christmas do or come on the show? That's another poll that we need. And I think we know what the answer is to that, don't we? There's only one thing that's important on a Friday night. You know, Christmas do's can wait. It's not even Christmas till the week after. Do you know what I mean? Why are you doing a Christmas do before Christmas? Come on, silly. Do it on Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve.
Because everyone have no. Because it's friends, isn't it? And you meet up before Christmas.
What are friends, Andy? Who's more important? Your friends or on this show? We're your friends, Andy. We're your friends. Come on. You know what I mean? Come on, we're your friends. We're the only friends that matter. Come on. Greg says, come on, Ange, this show should always come first. Exactly. See, Greg knows as well. He should come first. He's right. Come on, Ange, sort your life out. Come on. Friends. What friends got to do with anything? Come on. Who needs friends? We're all friends here. But anyway, we'll have to do something next week, because it is obviously the last games that we're playing. We need to look back on them anyway. So we will be doing a show. Hopefully we can talk Ange into coming. Terry says, "And doing her real colours." Yeah, I know. The first invitation she gets, she's off, isn't she? You know what I mean?
I'm so fickle. I'm so fickle.
There's exactly. There's no light, is there, these days? It's so ridiculous. But anyway, it is Christmas, I suppose, and these things happen, don't they? But we will have a show next week. It's going to be good. We're going to look back on the 2 games, hopefully 2 big wins, hopefully the announcement of Renee as the manager full time as well. And of course, we'll look back on the season so far, the good And the not so good, although the not so good is quite a long distant memory now, which is nice. But we'll have to look back on that as well. It's been quite an eventful season so far, hasn't it? A lot of changes, ups and downs, some really, really great moments, some not so good moments. All seems to have happened in the last 4 months or whatever. So we've got a lot to look back on. It's going to be good. So join us for that. Of course, before all of that, we've got some big stuff to come up with tomorrow. Of course, Arsenal men playing Everton, 3 o'clock. I'll be at 2:45 for that. That should be a good game. We should win that one, of course. Sunday, the game we've been talking about, Liverpool women versus Arsenal. We are going to be here for that one. I think is that 1:30 kickoff, isn't it? Something silly like that, isn't it? So I'll be at 1:15 for that one. And then, of course, Wednesday night, Arsenal women play Bayern Munich. And it's a small matter of a Carabao Cup game between 2 crap teams, Arsenal and Crystal Palace, apparently, that no one cares about. And it's actually at the Emirates Stadium. They took over the Emirates Stadium for some game that no one's interested in. The stadium's going to be empty. No one's going to be watching it because everyone's going to be watching the women playing Bayern Munich. So the club are going to suffer, but they've made that decision. But, you know, we're covering, obviously, the Bayern Munich game, but we'll maybe keep an update on the score in the Carabao Cup tie that no one's interested in, really, but we'll have to keep an eye on the score, I suppose. So we'll do that on Wednesday night for you. So that's going to be good. And then, of course, next Friday, we will have a 2024-2025 half-time report on the season. Plus, I was looking back on those 2 games, so it's going to be good. So make sure you join us. Ange won't be here because she's got better things to do, but we'll be here.
Listen, I'll tune into the chat. Come on. By the way, sorry, Sunday is 2:30.
Is it 2:30?
Yeah, it's 2:30.
Oh, that's even better. Then, it gives me a bit more time.
Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Yeah.
2:30. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking on the Arsenal site.
Let's just check. Oh, it's 2:30. You're right. 2:30 it is. Oh, that's even better. For some reason I had 1:30 in my head.
Right.
2:30 is even better because I'm doing a race in the morning and I want to make sure I'm back in time.
Well, I've got to get the shot and then I'll get back and I can watch it. All good.
2:30, yeah.
It is all good. It is all good. So Grat says there, take care, folks. Now I'll have a look at Joel Correndon, whatever that is, the advent calendar. The kids show that leads up to Christmas. It's very exciting right now. Will it start to snow before it? Well, it'll probably snow in Sweden. I don't think it's going to snow here, but it might snow. You'll probably get snow all the time in Sweden anyway, so you'll be all right. Terry says, come on, chat. Last chance to show your appreciation. Hit the like and subscribe. Indeed. Greg says, at night, so in the chat. Thanks for the terrific trio for another great show. Thank you very much for watching. Grat says, sleep tight. Thanks for the hospitality and company. No worries, my friends. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Terry says, night, Greg Royston, Grat, and all in the chat. Indeed. It's been the Arsenal Women's Show. It's been fun. The weekend officially starts now, as it always does on a Friday when we finish the show. So we are looking forward to a big weekend. The men are playing tomorrow. The women are playing Sunday. It's not going to snow. It's not going to be storm this or storm that. The weather's going to be quite calm. It's going to be nice. We're all going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have 2 big wins to look back on. It's going to be great. And then, then reality will probably kick in, and it won't be. But for the time being, we're going to enjoy it while we can. Andreas, great to have you back. Have you enjoyed the show again? It's been great to see you.
Of course, it was a pleasure and joy to be in it again. And it's always a pleasure to talk with you and to chat with all our viewers. It's always a joy and fun. It was great, and I'm looking forward to next week. I'll be definitely in next Friday, and there will be a match day vlog from the Bayern Munich game.
That is going to be good.
From the atmosphere at Meadow Park. I think this will be interesting, and I hope we will get a lot of clicks for this. The last match day vlog was more than 450. Great. Just give check it and give us a like, not only for the show but also for the match day vlog. I hope to bring the atmosphere to you, and looking forward to the next few days, and then see you again on Friday.
We haven't had a match day vlog from Meadow Park for a while, actually, so that's going to be good. Because the game's at the Emirates, haven't they? So it'd be nice to get one there. Of course, we're going to see Gunnosaurus's loyalty, aren't we? Because the men are playing at the Emirates. I wonder which game he'll be at. I wonder. He's as flaky as Ange, isn't he? Gunnosaurus, you know what I mean? He gets better offers and he just goes off, doesn't he? He don't even think about it, you know? So I don't think we'll see Gunnosaurus on Wednesday's vlog, by the way, because he'll be at the Emirates probably. Because I don't think he can leave the Emirates. I think it's in his contract. He has to stay. I don't think he goes anywhere else, does he? I think he lives, he sleeps there, he has his dinner there, everything. So he probably won't be at Meadow Park, will he? Poor Gunnosaurus. But Andreas will, and he'll be doing a vlog, so check it out because they're always good. And the Aston Villa one, was a lot of views on that one. Fantastic. And Ange, of course, we'll let you off that you can't come on next week, but it's good to have you back on the show. Have you enjoyed it?
Thank you. No, it's been good fun. Thank you. Truly appreciate it. And I shall be back in the chat tomorrow. Back in the chat on Sunday. Back in the chat on, when are we playing? Wednesday, is it? The Bayern game. Yeah, so and I'll even throw in a bit of the chat on Friday.
But you're going out with your friends, Ange. What are you doing? You're dumping us for your friends. Come on.
I'll pop in the chat and wave to hit the likes. Come on.
Yeah, you give us a wave. That's all right. Terry said, the match day vlogs are legendary. Yeah, they are legendary. Absolutely, they are legendary. Even without Gunnosaurus. But I think if Andreas wears that green top, he can almost get away with being Gunnosaurus, couldn't he? He's halfway to being Gunnosaurus.
Just take over his role.
There you go. Look at that. Who needs Gunnosaurus, eh? Look at that. We've got our own Gunnosaurus here. That's just what you need to do on Wednesday. And by the way, that's what you should do. Go on the pitch and get the penalties. You go in goal at half time and take Gunnosaurus' place. That would be good. So
that upset all those kiddies when you save them. Yeah,
save them all. Absolutely save them all. Don't give them for free.
I would be worse than Manu. No.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Greg says the match day vlog is a must. It is a must. Everyone should watch it, and they should. I mean, I know there was, they've got a lot of views for the Aston Villa one, which was great, but even that's not enough. Everyone in the world should watch them. They should be getting like millions of views. People all over the world should be watching that and getting involved because they are fantastic. So look out for that. I should actually get that on Thursday because obviously I'll get the videos Wednesday night. I'll get it out probably Thursday for you. So that'll be good. So don't miss that because that is going to be something special as always. But this has been the Arsenal Women's Show, and it's been great stuff. It's been great to have Andreas and Ange with us, even though Ange has shown no loyalty to the show whatsoever. But we'll let her off. And we'll be back, of course, next week. I'll be back tomorrow for the men's game, which is going to be fantastic because we're going to beat Everton, aren't we? Yes, we are. It's a Merseyside weekend, isn't it? Because I think women are playing and the women are playing Liverpool. So we're going to give Merseyside a good beating this weekend, aren't we? And it's going to be a lot of fun. And you don't want to miss it because we'll be here to enjoy it with you. James says, great show once again. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you guys. As Andrea said before, it's great that there's so many comments come in the show and we can have a discussion, a laugh with you all, and that's good stuff. And it's what makes the show what it is. It makes the channel what it is, actually. The match day games are the same. All you guys in the comments are brilliant, and that's what we want. It's a good little community that we've built up. We're getting a few more subscribers now. People are starting to, appreciate what we're trying to do, and that's good. That's good stuff. What we want to see. So if you do enjoy it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please tell your friends to like, share, and subscribe as well, and make sure you check out all the shows because it's good fun. And so tomorrow, 3:15, I'll be here for that one, and loads of great stuff coming. And it's going to be a big week for the women. It could be a big week for Renee. It's going to be a good week for all of us, I'm sure. Santa's going to get his sack ready, of course, to come and visit us all in the next couple of weeks. And maybe Renee will get her gift before Christmas. Who knows? Maybe we'll all get the gift of Renee for Christmas. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks to Andreas, of course. Thanks to Ange as well. Thanks to you guys for your comments, and say like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for the first of two big games this weekend. It's going to be good, isn't it? Take it easy, guys. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners. Let's do it. Give Renee the job. Come on, do it now. Sort it out. Let's go.
Bye.